What's going on, you anal assassins? You butt blasters? You cave cadavers? I'm Toxic Male. That's Terrence Pop. Welcome to Grunt Speak Live, Thought Thursday, episode 117.
You're a bunch of sad sack suckers. What do you think?
Sad sack suckers.
Sad sack suckers.
All of a sudden, I have a salty taste in my mouth. What's going on? I hope that signal is good tonight because it is freezing cold outside.
Give me a picture of the outside.
All right, I'm going to take you over here. Now let's show you outside.
All right.
And
now, I want you to notice the driveway of that house. There are no fucks given.
And this is just earlier when there was still enough light outside. Hey, Ollie, how's it looking out there? It looks like cocaine. All right, thank you, Ollie. I appreciate it.
I like it.
Oh, it's good stuff. Good stuff.
All right.
Looking forward to having to snowblow that shit in the morning. So much fun.
And what is the? We're going over bad first dates. Is that the
bad dates in general?
Bad dates in general
Yeah.
is the overarching theme of the show.
Yes, we want to know about the worst experiences you guys have ever had, the worst thing anyone's ever done to you on a date. Doesn't matter if it's first date, second date, third date, or even if you got married to it.
Yeah, it happens.
We have another guest on the show who was married to it. How you doing, Skid?
Doing great. How you doing, you bundles of sticks?
Unchained Skid, he actually runs the, how do you pronounce it? The mug company.
Jenks Rathra. Genuine Jenks Rathra.
You've got the mug up there, Pop. Go ahead and show it off there. Yeah, the patriarchy, helping men build civilization for thousands of years.
Since we actually, I believe men have been building civilizations since we started writing shit down, and we probably built the civilizations before that were destroyed that nobody remembers.
True story.
Word.
Atlantis, all those various things buried at the bottom
If there
of
were
the sea.
big civilizations, I know there's dudes out there like, hey, we need 4 more tons in the pyramid. It's not generating enough power. Yeah, get some people and haul some more bricks up there. We need more weight.
Do it.
Yeah, don't fuck around, man. We're paying you for this. Come on.
No, they would have had slave labor, just admit it.
Well, you never know.
If it was building pyramids, I mean, we all know what was going on there.
Well, there's don't even get me started because I actually watch a lot of that stuff. There's several different theories.
And then we need like an Egyptian Orkin man to get rid of those fucking scarabs because those things are scary as shit.
Well, yeah, and they are flesh eaters, I believe.
Even the terrible CGI ones from the Mummy movies.
Oh yeah.
Some of the worst CGI ever. If it wasn't for fun, the movie would have been shit.
You remember that show Babylon 5?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So I started off my run as an investment banker, and it was my job to work on venture capital, right? And I remember I used to love the Babylon 5 show, and I knew it was all CGI, and I had a chance to get in on the ground floor at Disney when they were starting up the CGI stuff.
Oh boy.
Literally, Disney stocks was down into the toilet, and so was Marvel. And if I had to put $10,000 or $5,000 in each one of those things,
you'd be
worth
rich,
$5 to $8 million right now.
You would still hate the woke shit, but at least you'd be rich off.
I would have cashed out as soon as they started doing their stupid shit.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the alternate Hollywood to fucking start up, and I think Ben Shapiro is on track to do that.
Well, I guess we'll see what happens. Hopefully they don't get corrupted over there. So, Brian, we got some people in the chat who want to know who you are. So tell us about yourself, Skid. What do you got going on? I know you got a YouTube channel.
So I do. I don't know. My claim to fame, I guess, is 16 years later, after a pretty interesting divorce, I managed to raise 3 kids all by myself and stay in the military at the same time. And now it's all kind of finished. They're all kind of growing up, and I'm in quasi-retirement. So now it's time to finally have some fun. So
Nothing wrong with that.
Pop talks about the long game. I am the personification of the long game. This is what it looks like at the end. So that's my claim to fame. Military-wise, I was Air Force, so we can have some good Army Air Force stuff going on here. Canadian Air Force, too. Yeah, exactly. And flew jets way back in the day. Some transport stuff later on. Then I was flying for our federal cops up here for a while, but I'm all retired out of that now. And now I'm going to be doing some aerial forest firefighting this summer.
Oh, that
So
sounds
just
cool.
working in the summer now.
Nice.
So awesome. Yeah.
Really? So you're gonna
good
like
stuff.
dive bomb like the wet mud onto the fires and stuff?
I'll be the guy who leads them in. I'm going to bird dog them.
Oh, okay.
So I'll be doing that and controlling the whole thing. So
Well, that's cool.
good times.
Dive bombing wet
Yeah.
mud onto the fire. That sounds like a gay thing. You trying to tell me something, Pop?
No, they actually use like a slurry of mud and chemicals, and they fly over and dump it on the fires and stuff.
Oh, okay. You sure about that?
Yeah, I'm sure about it.
It sounds like we could be talking about your ex. You know,
Yeah, you gotta give
you know,
me
she goes by playoff rules: 3-man rotation and triple overtime
yeah. Who knows? She might like a mud rub.
with a slurry at the end.
You bet.
Yikes. Yeah, I'll be
Damn
trying to
it.
stay away from that this summer. Man, we'll see.
That's how you wind up with an applause on your penis.
Oh,
Ay, ay, ay.
a round of
Winning.
applause. Riggs.
You wind up with that's some bad stuff right there.
Yeah, it's very,
Yeah,
very
no,
bad stuff.
no good.
You know, you whip it out, you go to take a piss, all of a sudden, oh shit!
Not a good day,
Burns.
man. Not a good day. And here's the worst part. There was a couple times. I'm going out on a field problem, packing up my stuff, my A and B bag, my rucksack. We're on the plane. We're flying in the middle of nowhere, and you see the guy doing this.
Yeah,
Yeah, great.
Riggs.
He goes, and then he's like, "Doc, I think I got drippy dick."
Drippy dick.
Well, you got to ride that shit around for a week or so because we're going to the field, drippy dick or not.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always funny game as you hear the dude in the wood line.
Oh God! Why didn't anybody tell me?
Not that we know anything about that or anything.
No, never.
Just,
No.
just what we've heard. That's what
Well, I've had a lot of guys go on sick call for that shit.
Oh, the
Yeah.
dick worms.
See, I was lucky, and I never really had anything nasty like that.
I would hope not.
And I think it mainly because I was always paranoid about it, and I always kept my own antibiotics. So if I, had a little indiscretion, I'd be like, maybe I should go on antibiotics for 3 or 4 days just to make sure.
I have my suspicions.
Yeah,
That chick might have not been clean.
I'd be like, I got lucky.
Got her in. Oh.
Be the
You
worst.
don't want that.
It could always be worse, though. You sent me this. This is one of the nastiest things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Indonesian virgin, 37 years old, lives at home with his mother, gets a 2-meter long piece of string stuck in his penis in a self-pleasuring game gone horribly wrong. It's a black
2
bundle of
meters wrong.
nylon string. Oh, God.
Well, I've heard about basically the pull start. You're familiar with that, right?
No.
This would be an extreme version of such a thing.
Yes, except the other one goes in your slot B, and it's a bunch of beads.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the worst thing that you could possibly hear, she yanks it out. What's wrong? Man overboard. Oh, shit. Although probably not that until you get it removed.
Could be
Just
bad.
saying.
Could be
Could
bad.
be very bad. Ugh. But I just want to know who comes up with this idea. What 37-year-old virgin sitting around the house, Al Bundy, and to get his hand in his pants. You know what sounds like a real good idea? I'm going to take that clothesline out back. I'm going to rip all the T-shirts off of it, and I'm going to stick that shit up my pecker. What could go wrong?
It's probably the same thought process as like, I wonder if that light bulb will fit up my ass.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh. So apparently
Yeah.
the urinary bladder insertion, which is what he was going for, is relatively rare. But it's been on the rise over the last few decades. Thank you, Internet. They said people usually insert objects such as hair clips, straws, matchsticks, and pencils into their urethra. Pencils. Yeah. I mean, you could try it yourself. I doubt it'll come out any sharper. for pleasure due to psychiatric problems or drug abuse.
I have no idea how they can even think of doing that.
Yeah, leftoids. I mean, I know you're trying to normalize everything. Can you please not normalize this? I pray to you on a stack of Bibles. Just don't do it.
Most men, if they live long enough, are going to have issues with their prostate.
Ugh.
And one of the first tests they will do is a blood test. And right behind there, they run a camera up your dick. So I go in there to the doctor, and he's really like, okay, well, we're going to take a look. And he wheels out this piece of equipment. And I swear to you, the end of the camera was as big as your pinky. And like, we're just going to take a quick look. I'm like, what?
What?
No, don't worry, Mr. Pop. We will apply a gentle numbing cream.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
I'm like, no, bro. No, you need to put me the fuck out because this is not going to happen.
Oh, such a horrible idea.
So I had to come back 2 weeks later and get knocked out to have it done because I refused. I'm just not that guy.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, here's some of
the 50s are a wonderful time to be.
Yeah.
Just to see what's going on. Oh, here are some of the medical stuff that went on here. Medics say that the practice can damage sensitive tissues in the urethral pathway, which releases urine and sperm. Can also lead to a lack of bladder control and infection. Shocker. And the penis and urethra may even require surgery or implants to rebuild said sensitive tissue. The patient told doctors this is the first time he ever put anything in his urethra. Yeah, because you got caught. But that he masturbated and watched Ornpay daily. They performed bladder irrigation, a procedure where sterile fluid is flushed through a catheter into the bladder to remove blockages in the hopes that it would dislodge the string. Didn't work.
They had to cut them open?
They finally had to remove it using long, thin tweezers.
Wow. Oh, my God.
That is some horrible shit right there. God damn.
Yeah, I think that's enough internet for today.
Wow.
Oh, God.
That's a dick worm right there. Self-inflicted dick worm.
Self-inflicted dick worm.
Oh, God.
Who gets these ideas?
I don't know, man.
I guess I don't have anything else to do.
Well, I'm going to be honest. You know, it like the vagina has a mystique to it if you've never been there before.
Yeah.
So a lot of guys who've never actually climbed that mountain and made it to the summit think about all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to tell you, get ready for disappointment because it's not that good.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's like Carlsbad Caverns before you go the first time. You know, there's all this mystique to it, and then you find out it's a tourist trap,
like
figuratively and literally.
Like if they walk up, like, all right, you can have this 20-ounce porterhouse steak with all the trimmings, or you can have this piece of mediocre pussy. What's going to be? I'm taking the steak. She can leave.
Amen to that.
Well, and later on, then Blake's thing when he threw the hot dog down the hallway. Accurate, very accurate.
Oh, you mean this?
Nicely done.
Bowl of soup.
It's a classic. It is a classic.
There you go.
The bowl.
Yes, there it is. There it is. Yes, yes. Beautiful, man.
So we go from something disgusting to let's give this man a medal. This is beautiful. Man who set aside $360 for his fiance's Valentine's Day gift last year reveals that he deducted $1 for every day she yelled at him, leaving her just $40 for a present.
That's a good dinner.
I mean, how hot can she be? Really? Well,
Yeah, she's all right.
I mean,
But she's Latino. Latinas like go nuts, man.
Temper.
Yeah, all of the Latina women I've ever been involved with, severe anger problems.
Carolina Fernandez. Yeah, Carolina Fernandez. I would say if she's not Latina, there's probably a problem at the naming station. Wah, wah, wah. And of course, he got blamed and shamed for it from all the chicks. Some viewers slammed Carolina for yelling at him so often, while others insisted that Isaac must have given her a reason to be angry.
No. I'm telling you from experience.
No such thing.
That is not true. Yeah, it's not true.
Well, I mean, you just, the baseball bat incident, you just showed up.
Yeah.
And she
literally came
walked
out of the apartment with the bat. And I had to jump off of the platform down a story and roll and get up and start running. Because she was running full force after me. The only reason she didn't catch me is, one, I was an airborne ranger. I was in great shape, and she had some lovely titties bouncing around that just was holding her back.
Boing, boing.
You know, it is what it is.
But when we get to the stories, I got a knife story for you. Not a basbaseball bat, but a knife. I'm like, holy crap! This is getting real.
Serious business.
But oh, hang on. I have to ask, if she's yelling at him 320 out of 365 days a year, what the hell is he still doing with her?
Well, if he's married to her,
No, they're just dating.
Not? Okay.
It's his girlfriend, his fiancée.
All right. Yeah, I don't know why he's even sticking around. That's insane.
I mean, he looks like if you put a pair of steel teeth in his mouth, he could be a Bond villain in a Roger Moore flick. And she is.
I mean, she's
average.
okay. She's average at best.
Yeah.
She's maybe a 6.
Why are you going to put up with that, bro? I mean, yeah, give her consequences or consequences in her case. But if that doesn't get through, then what are you doing? It's only going to get worse, not better, once you sign the paperwork.
That's right.
It's just my opinion, of course.
Yeah, then she'll get no Valentine's Day gift because she'll bitch at him every day.
Every day. And all that sucking a golf ball through a garden hose that he sticks around for, that's all going to stop, man.
And he took her to Disneyland.
Oh, yeah, they went to Disneyland.
It's too I won't even go there. It's too expensive. Fuck that.
He needs to just kick her over the moon like Goofy. Yeah,
And here's something that I'd really like to get into the minds of men out there. They are replaceable.
Yes.
Okay, if you are not married to it, for the most part, you can just walk the fuck away, and there's nothing they can do.
I'm with you.
No. Just leave.
No. If she's yelling at you 320 out of 365 days, chances are she's got an attitude problem, possibly some mental illness, especially if she votes D and sucks D, probably while he's not home.
Ugh.
Just saying.
Well,
not a good idea.
Yeah, no.
Don't write a check against her.
No. And you listen, dudes, if you're dating a woman and, she starts bitching at it, well, first of all, she'll make suggestions in the beginning.
Oh, suggestions, yeah.
And then it'll turn into, this would be better served if we did this. Yeah. And then the ultimatums come, things start disappearing. It's like clockwork. And I should do a video on this the progression to doom or something.
The progression to doom.
You got to write that down.
The downward spiral to doom. There you go.
Downward spiral to doom. I like it.
I mean, we've all dated somebody like this who tries to control us through blame, shame, manipulation tactics. They love bomb you in the beginning, and then they completely cut you off from the sex, hoping that you'll change your behavior to get it back. I mean, it's all a psychological gambit.
Yeah,
don't fall for it.
Well,
men have to.
It becomes
I'm sorry. Hang on a minute. Listen, men, you have to stay on your frame. All right. Listen, women are going to test you. They're going to shit test you, and when you lose the shit test, they just ramp it up another one, and they keep doing it. The minute you have the shit test or shit's not working right, you can say, "Hey, man, I'll just replace you."
No, I'm out.
And you'll see how fast their game changes after that.
Skid, what do you got for us?
That was exactly what I was going to say. Absolutely. Keep the frame and don't underestimate your own value. You sit there and you're addicted to this one woman and the fact that you get your sex from there. It's like, look, man, move on. You can do better. spend your time on better ground. That's just leave, go. You can do it.
Amen to that. That's one of the biggest problems that we have with modern men is that they are always underestimating their value and putting the peace sleeve up on a pedestal. And that's how you wind up with, whiny, crybaby soy boys who, or 37-year-old virgins who stick 2 meters of nylon string up their pee hole.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, don't do that.
It's fucking nuts, man.
I just want to let everybody know there's some emails coming in with some bad dating stories. I want to make sure that I'll either put your name in the subject or something. That way I can easily identify it when we get there.
And what is our inventory for today?
Inventory is currently sitting. Inventorily is what I sounded like. I'm starting to sound like the guys in Letterkenny. 673 on YouTube, 35 on MGTOW.tv, 120 on Odyssey, 287 over on Rumble. And we got a Rumble rant over there. Might as well look at it before it disappears. What's up, you lazy riggers? Got the menagerie. I got Fack you, we're fighting now. And with Fack you, we're fighting in the parking lot with a splash of who are you and where's my car? Somebody's been paying attention.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good comedy routine.
I like it. 63 on Twitch and 62 on D-Live. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. And if you guys haven't already checked, I did place a link to Skid's channel in the chat on all platforms, so make sure you guys subscribe. Give him some love.
Amen.
But on the gateway.
Winning.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, it's going to be fun, although not... Oh, I can't decide if this is more or less disgusting.
This is disgusting.
Then
I had a horrible time with this.
Teacher sentenced after lacing cupcakes with her husband's sperm and feeding them to her students.
Oh, Jesus.
That is fucking horrible.
She has pled guilty to disturbing child crimes, including lacing cupcakes with spunk. So this is one of the few instances where a woman actually got a decent sentence. Cynthia Perkins, 36, faces 41 years in prison after a plea deal on Monday in exchange for testifying against her now ex-husband, Dennis. Oh, shocker. Well, at least she'll still come out an old maid.
Mm-hmm.
He's working as a Livingston Parish Sheriff's deputy at the time of his arrest. The Louisiana woman initially protested her innocence to 72 charges of various sex crimes. And yet this week pled guilty to producing child ornpay, second-degree rapé, and mingling harmful substances.
All right. The big numbers in the sentence were for the first two. The third one...
Well, the mingling harmful substances was in reference to the special seasoning pastries for the high school
That's
kids.
exactly what that's. I mean, the other stuff is what's getting her the heavy.
They together were arrested in October 2019 and faced 150 felony charges, one of which also included sexual battery of a child and video voyeurism.
Yeah, and he's a cop.
So this is just a power couple right here.
He's a cop, right? Or was a cop?
Allegedly.
That motherfucker's dead.
Yeah, sheriff's
that
deputy.
motherfucker is going to go to the big house, and they're going to find out exactly what's going on, and they're going to throw an air conditioner on him or a buffer, or he's going to wind up dead.
I missed this part earlier when I was reading this. There were also charges relating to a dog.
God damn!
What the hell? She claimed, of course, that she was manipulated by her then-husband to commit the horrible crimes.
Women always pull that shit.
Hey, how dare you?
They always fall back on the, I'm a just I had to succumb to his wishes. I was afraid.
How dare you?
Shut up. Just shut up.
She was given 40 years for second-degree rapé and 30 years concurrent for crimes involving a juvenile under 13. The cupcakes incident only got her 1 year.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So is concurrent mean they go together?
They're going to go together.
Oh,
They're not going to get stacked on top of each other.
Yeah, see, she's still going to do 40 years.
Oh yeah. And
I hope they both get whacked in prison.
Yeah, I'm sure she's going to come out and start a bakery.
Jesus Christ.
I'm going to be honest. I have a really hard time when people tamper with my fucking food.
Well, yeah, that's why you always tip your server, even if they're shit.
Mm-hmm.
You never, ever fuck with people who prepare your food.
That's right. You never send shit back.
Especially in the chow hall.
Yeah. Oh.
My brother has told me some stories that will put hair on your ass.
You ever hear? I ever tell you the chow hall story about the dick in the yogurt?
Yes. but I'm totally willing to hear it again.
All right. So I am a private first class. We're getting ready to go overseas to do the MFO mission in Egypt. And I'm sitting at the table, and I got this guy named Chavez, my buddy Mark, next to me. And Mark and I are, we do the scuba diving, so we're pretty tight. The Chavez guy, just a raging asshole. So he's like, oh, I got to use the restroom. Now, Chavez never goes to the chow hall with us because he's married. He lives off post. So he gets up to use the bathroom. I stand up in front of the whole chow. This is an infantry chow hall. There's like no chicks there. Pull out my tool. Whoop. All the way up to the sack in his yogurt. Put the lid there. Put it back on his tray. Now, I did not know this at the time, but I had a lieutenant colonel, battalion commander, and his staff of like 4 or 5 officers. Almost all of them are captains. And they're like, that's reprehensible. Like the colonel's like, no. No, let it play out. Just let it play out.
Let it watch.
He comes back out, starts eating the yogurt. I'm like, put my dick in your yogurt. He's like, And the whole chow hole, it's like 100 plus people in there. They're laughing so hard you couldn't hear it. I mean, it was insane. It was like being, it was like applause at the Carnegie Hall. Man, he was pissed. But what are you going to do?
Cock and concerto.
All right.
Flawless victory.
Flawless victory. Hey, motherfucker. That was funny, man.
That's some funny shit, dude.
The best part with the colonel. No, let it play out.
Yeah. Let this proceed.
Smart man.
I have to see what happens.
Oh, no, the colonel was laughing his ass off. All the officers were just hysterically laughing, and they walked out. Nobody said shit. It wasn't a big deal. It was just a couple grunts fucking with other grunts.
That's what you do.
I mean, that's what we do. You get bored. I'm bored. Who are we going to fuck with? Hey, let's get him. I mean, there were a couple times they did it to me.
Yeah.
I had like 5 gallons of mop water dumped on me walking in the barracks at least 2 or 3 times.
It's good times.
Yeah, I got hit with a water balloon out of a deuce and a half that was doing like, I don't know, 50 miles an hour and knocked me down.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was pretty good shit.
I bet that hurt like a bitch.
It just knocked the wind out of me. They hit me like square in the back.
Oh, okay.
Knocked the wind out of me. I went right to the ground. I was doing and everyone's laughing. Oh, look at Pop. He got fucked up. Like, it was a bad time. It's funny now.
It's funny now. At the time, you were like,
not funny then.
Not
funny then.
Whatever doesn't kill you only makes you stronger.
Yeah.
It is what
absolutely true.
I don't know if I can say the same for this poor sap over here, though. This is a bad story.
All right.
She was homeless, and I was alone. I was befriended by a woman who moved into my home, and she gradually stole $40,000 from me. Ouch. This is in the form of a letter. Dear Quentin, I was disabled for about 10 years. During that time, a woman befriended me, asked to move in. I needed no assistance, but she was homeless and I was alone. We agreed that she would pay half the rent and utilities, which she did for the first year. She would cash advance my credit cards and ATM and tell me she had placed these funds in her bank for me. She would collect other sums of cash and do the same. I also paid the entire food bill for 2, all the while I was on heavy medications. I knew I was being taken advantage of, but she said if I stopped paying her half of the bills, I would get nothing. So it went on that way for 10 years.
That's his fault.
That is his fault.
That is 100% his fault.
She'd keep track of the amounts, tell me the balances, but I was never allowed to withdraw any. She'd been mentally abusing me to the point where I went to a hospital for rest. I was thinking clearly. I had given her $40,000 and I asked firmly for 10 so I could buy a car. She laughed and said, "You really didn't think you would get that back."
And that is when I would have her legs broken.
Yeah. Cement shoes.
No.
You
just have some people bust their legs with baseball bats.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Of course.
Allegedly.
Yeah. She said the funds are in her daughter's name, and aside from the cash advances, there's no paper trail. There was physical abuse if I complained, and it's embarrassing to be conned. She told me no one will believe me because I saw a psychiatrist. I was abused and conned in my home for a long time, and there are no witnesses, and all I have are tape recordings where she sneers and says she lied about this to me and repeated, no one will believe me. Will they be of any value to a lawyer? What do you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
It can be done. I mean, at a minimum, you can get criminal charges out of that.
Yeah. But, oh, hi, huh? Oh.
Get a new one? Uh-huh. But
The reason we have to...
Even if they convict her, she's only going to do 1/3 the time
Yeah.
that a man would do for the same crime.
Exactly. Women never do this stuff, though, right?
Yeah,
And
right.
we've been told that all of the, like the money laundering and the skeezy behavior and the horrible stuff and baking spunk into baked goods for children is strictly the realm of the XY chromosomes. Well,
Sugar and spice.
I got news for you. We're all equal.
Sugar and spice and everything nice. Until they put their hand up your ass and turn you into a sock puppet.
I was hoping that there would be more of a rhyme to that.
Just saying.
Sugar and spice and everything nice until they bed your best friend and give you pubic lice.
They're called Scotchy Chingos.
Scotchy chingos.
Scotchy Chingos. Little buddies.
Little buddies, of course. And that's a perfect lead into the next one here. I love this. This is what you get. This is the quality of journalism at the Washington Compost. He's cute, but is he swab-worthy? How rapid testing became a dating ritual. All right, so let me get this straight. Just so we're clear, America's STD rate has been at a record high every year for the past 5 years. Actually, going back further than that.
Yeah. It's into the
There
90s.
has been a 30% increase in STDs between 2015 and 2019. So the 5-year rolling average saw a 30% increase
Wow.
over that time.
That's a whole lot of fucking.
That's a whole lot of fucking. But, we're not going to worry about, herpetogonosyphilitis. We're going to worry about the coof. Yeah. So this is the new dating strategy in America. You nose swab to make sure you're not going to give each other the common cold, and then you're going to raw dog it and go home with the hipple-hiv.
Yep. She's going to raw dog the log. Going to wind up with some herpetogonosyphilides.
Winning! No, not so much.
Jesus.
Ugh.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's just great, I mean, they're so concerned about their health. This is them every weekend.
That's some nightmare fuel there. Every time I hear that sound effect, my mind goes back to the day room when I caught all those dudes just giving that chick a spunk shower.
See, now that chick was banging with playoff rules.
Yeah, it was insane.
Except hers was like a 6-man rotation with triple
I
overtime.
literally could not believe I had some NCOs in there that outranked me that were literally sitting with their dicks hanging out like that. Yeah, and I'm like, what are you doing? You're gonna go to jail. Get the fuck out! And I had to be the heavy, and I had to yell, get out! What the fuck you doing? Get her the fuck out of here!
Oh,
my
wow.
God.
Oh, it's good times. This is, I'm going to read you just a little bit of this just to show you how sad this is.
Okay.
And it begins with a but. Oh, hang on.
Another one?
That's a nice one right there. When Jamie Gloin's date called an hour before they planned to meet up for an art exhibit in downtown San Francisco. Why am I not shocked? Saying she had a headache, he swooped in with a nose swab. Gloin had several COVID-19 rapid tests on hand, so he took one to her apartment, and as soon as his dates dropped, hit the test strip, 2 pink lines appeared. She was positive. Well, better before sex than after sex, I guess.
Yeah, that's not good.
But he still went there and delivered it in person, and we all know now, thanks to the CDC, that face diapers don't do shit.
Don't do shit.
So guess who else was positive afterwards? As in positive, he's a fucking idiot.
Now, in my travels, I have been through San Francisco quite a few times.
Ugh.
And on a couple of those occasions, I pulled some trim out of some of those bars. They were Asian. Wasn't too bad. One of them was pretty bad.
Little plum sauce for your egg roll, Pop?
No, the other one, she's a vaginal virgin and she wanted to do other things. So I'm like, yeah,
Butt stuff, right? Yeah.
I don't do that.
What?
I'm out.
Yeah, they go for the anal abundance and then they trick you with the vaginal virginity. It doesn't really work that
Nah, I'm like, yeah, we're good. I'll just leave. And that was it.
Yeah.
Took a cab, went back to the hotel.
Ooh,
Wasn't worth it.
getting her holes hollowed out like an old-fashioned carpenter.
That's how you get a dick worm, man.
That is how you get a dick worm. Especially when in 2019 you're talking about 2.5 million Americans had an infection of chlamydia, gonorrhea, or syphilis.
Ah!
And this is the really screwed up part. This is my favorite stat. Favorite as in most disgusting. The highest increase in syphilis was among newborns,
That
which
is fucked up.
nearly quadrupled over the
God.
5-year average.
Yep. And that was actually a big cause for blindness back in the day before antibiotics.
Yeah.
So getting these babies' eyes and blind them.
I just pray that it's not because of a Serbian film kind of contraction of said syphili.
Yep.
And it's just because they're being birthed by hooers. Although
I mean,
both of them are bad.
If you're going to grade VD in beer scale, like chlamydia is gonorrhea light.
Oh, yeah.
Then you got standard, non-diet beer, which is gonorrhea. Then you got the dark stuff that sticks with you. That's the syphili.
The syphili, yeah.
Yeah. And then you got the HIV and the herpa-HIV. And I think the herpa-HIV it's like Zima. It's just a terrible product all the way around. It's not refreshing, and the taste never goes away. It's just terrible.
Zima.
I hated that
man.
product.
Don't forget the warts either. That's kind of like your vodka
yes!
cooler thrown in there.
HPV, heavily penis vagine.
Yeah, there you go.
That's called internal vaginal braille. Can read her pussy with braille. How many visitors have been in there?
Oh, God.
Yikes!
I said, man. Like I said, it's like Carlsbad Caverns. It's a tourist trap,
So
figuratively and literally.
If you came here tonight because you want to hear some, logical, thinking and talking, you're not going to get it tonight. This is all comedy, man.
It's all comedy.
It's all fucking comedy of this fucking horrible train wreck, which is the Western civilization.
And we love turning over the floor to the audience just to find out how crazy things can get.
My, yeah. There's always every time we do this, there's always somebody that surprises me.
One of our best streams ever was the Crazy Psycho X and Slingback stream, and you guys kept us entertained for 3 hours and 15 minutes, and it was all your stories, your super chats.
Oh my God!
Isn't that amazing?
Amazing!
Amazing! Oh, holy smoking Joe Frazier. Well, we do have some bad date stories that we're going to get into, but hang on. I really hate to see this one go. First things first, got to pay the bills, and we got to make good on our word as men, so we're going to turn you over to our sponsor, Brett Mauser, whistleblower Brett Mauser, Tag Conspiracy. Check it out. Have you ever wondered what a world run by leftoids would look like? It would be a living nightmare.
All employees with a criminal record are now entered into the lottery. The winners are allowed the honor of sacrificing their lives to decrease CO2 emissions.
People are okay with that?
But it turns out that the best way to stave off Marxism is to mock it relentlessly and creatively with movies like Tag Conspiracy.
And now, with only a 15 to 20% discharge error rate.
Whistleblower Brett Mauser is back with his most hilarious and cinematic effort to date, and you can support free speech films like this by going to notsosane.com.
Let's do this!
Rent or buy a copy today. A link is in the Meat Gazer box. Yeah, it's down there. Down there. I don't want to catch you looking, but it's down there.
In the Meat Gazer box.
In the Meat Gazer box. Don't look. Don't look. There is such a thing as too much horn talk.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say. Just going to say.
Gotcha.
All right. Let's dive right in.
All right.
Who wants to hear some crazy stories?
I do. Let me.
But first, I want to hear Skid's story about the knife.
Yeah. Okay.
I've been waiting to hear this one, so let's. I'm going to turn the floor over to you, good sir.
All right. Well, so this has kind of been dating for a while story, not like a first date kind of thing. So this is way back in the day, pre being married. I'm going to school. at college, and I've been kind of dating around. I started dating this Chinese girl for a while. No shit, like I'm not talking about she's been in the country for a couple generations. No, she'd come over from China, and she was studying in Canada here, and I'm like, oh, okay. And so, I'm making my rounds for university, and I decide that I'm going to take up ballroom dancing because that's where the chicks are. And I know Aaron Clary's done that kind of deal as well, and he's right. So this is where I meet her, and so we start dating. But she's got this very different take on how things are. There's a real cultural thing going on, and I think she had the idea that things were going to go more seriously, because my idea was not that idea at all. My idea was, this is a lot of fun and it's going to be over sometime soon, and that's fine too. So inevitably, as it got closer to the end of the story, I broke up with her. I said, well, okay, that's been nice and you're a great person, but it's kind of time to move on. You're frankly just a little nuts. And so we're at her place, and she's actually living with a bunch of roommates there. It's all college stuff, right?
That's fairly common.
And yeah, it's in fact, a couple of them were good friends of mine, which comes in later in the story. So I'm like, she just snaps, just ping, like it just didn't make any sense. She runs into the kitchen, which is right beside where her bedroom was, and picks up a great big one of these kitchen knives, right? And I'm like, what the fuck? And so she's making it look like she's gonna like do the old Harry Carey seppuku thing here, like she's just gonna kill herself over this. Jesus. And I'm like, well, okay, I really don't think she's gonna go for it, but this is probably one of those cry for help type things, big drama. Nevertheless, there is a very large knife in a very, very irrational woman's hand. So I'm like, okay. So I grapple with her to get this thing away from her. Mm-hmm. And I realize in doing so that, wow, I'm actually in a lot of danger here. This could go in some really bad directions. Even though her initial intent wasn't necessarily to put that knife into me, it could certainly do some damage. So thankfully, I was about 50 times stronger than her and got the goddamn knife away from her before anything happened. But now she's like, totally spinning out of control.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I got to get out of here. Like, I really got to egress this situation right now. And I'm like, okay, what am I going to do? So I just talked to the roommate who's my friend. I go, and you got to understand, Chinese culture with the honor and all this shit, the worst thing that could happen to her was embarrassment. So I needed to like make sure she was locked down. So I just looked at the guy and said, yeah, she just tried to kill herself with this knife. I'm out of here. And she just like shut down, went into her room. I don't think they saw her for about a month.
Bummer.
Yeah, so I mean, like, okay, so I've never seen that before, but yeah, that was you got to be careful with the cross-cultural stuff, man. You really do.
You almost got the bang bang from Fang Fang.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there you go.
There's a lot of people out there who go to other countries, meet these women, and they're like, oh, she's traditional. I'll bring her back to the States. Guess what? They're gonna get. Some feminist is going to talk in her ear.
Oh,
you're going to get the "I'm not happy and I want half your shit" speech. So bottom line, if you're going to marry a woman who's from another culture or country, keep her there.
Yeah. Oh, I see that we have a Reaper01 in the chat. Please tell me you have a story. Or actually, I know that you have far too many. Narrow it down to the best one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You poor, poor man. I'm surprised your dick hasn't fallen off. All right, we're going to jump in over on the New Tech side first.
Mm-hmm.
We got Michael Pelletier. Went to karaoke with a Tinder date. Good sing night. It's what I do. Gets me laid. Her place. Clothes off. Big toys come out. Wide eyes. Clothes back on. Her rage follows me all the way to the car. Best date ever.
Wow.
Yeah, not into pegging. So.
No.
Yeah.
There'll be none of that.
Yeah. You got me pegged if, I don't like being pegged. Just saying.
Yeah. This is not the anal cavity you're looking for.
Oh. Size matters not. Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
Meximan and Cheese with a couple chats here. Thank God Justin Castro is doing something about the assault tubs and bouncy battle house.
So good.
Oh, that man. He's throwing his own flying crossbody cock block right now.
Yes, he is.
Black pill. People today are so weak and don't resist as much as they used to. White pill. These aren't the communists from the 1900s. Half these fucks are on estrogen.
Or too much
screw.
soy, which
Soy.
acts like estrogen.
Yes, same old, same old.
Same idea. Same idea. No.
Yep. Jumping over to D Live, I want to give a big shout out and a thank you to Calliope Z for 10 lemons. Dropped a hammer with 10 lemons, and we got a Dapper Sapper over there with 10 lemons as well. You guys rock. Much appreciated. Hello to everybody on Twitch, all 76 of you. Thank you for tuning in. And we got some people over on Rumble who have been sending us some emails. Thank you very much. Jumping over to Odyssey here real quick. Caleb on, the higher our tech is, the harder the fall will be. Along with the fact the main focus suddenly becoming survival, writing shit down becomes non-existent.
Absolutely correct.
Yeah. Gen Xer F, here, have some credits. 8 library coin. Zing. Thank you very much. Major Riggs, oh boy. Drippy Dick reminds me of that one time in band camp. No. Reminds me of Pop's last date. Cake Hammer, bad date in the news today in Chicago. Details in email. Oh boy.
There we go.
Subject line includes Cake Hammer. All right, perfect. Let's check it out. I know we got a few dating stories here. Cake Hammer. Chicago Police Department's Chief of Internal Affairs loans her Lexus to her niece, who proceeds to get busted with her 6-time felon boyfriend in the car and 84 baggies of heroin.
Wow!
Whoa.
Or what your ex calls a good weekend.
Wow!
84 bags
That's
of
intent
heroin.
to distribute. You're going, somebody's going away.
She's going down, and I'm sure that's what she was doing when she finally got arrested. I'm just
Somebody is going to jail.
saying. Whew.
Somebody's going to jail.
Our favorite French Canadian in the chat, François Lechatin. Hello, dear Mr. Pap und Herr Kleiner. As well as the Unchained Skid, I have another story of mine for you. Not about a date gone wrong per se, but an unexpected close encounter of the spicy kind at the end. Oh, is this another beat story? Going to talk about his beat. Good evening. Yes, here it is indeed, another somewhat spicy story for you and your beloved audience, of which I am more and more proud to be a part. Basically, at the very end of 2006, when I was 29 years old, I was barely back from my hometown where I had celebrated Christmas with my family to the place where I was living and working at the time, somewhere in Canada's Atlantic provinces. Specifically, I was living in an attached townhouse with its female owner and 2 other roommates, you bastard. Also both female. No, gentlemen, do not get too excited just yet. 2 of those 3 women, including the owner herself, were quite older than me and were not exactly all that good looking. And as for the younger one, she already had a boyfriend and was otherwise not that interesting to me anyway. Still, I could not remember how many times I would have to take their laundry out of the washer or the dryer, which would include quite a few pairs of panties of theirs when I needed to do mine. What, your panties? You are French. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you never know.
Now, that evening, it would so happen that said owner, let's call her Denise, or D-Nice, had decided to throw a house party with several guests and naturally the entire household, including myself. That would prove to be quite a lot of fun, even some unexpected. On the course of the night, I gradually got very close with an old friend of Denise's, whom, for the purpose of this story, we shall know as Leslie. This other woman was 10 years my senior. I know this seems to be a pattern with me, well, for quite a long time in my life, it would seem. As one thing led to another, Leslie and I would become more and more intimate. It started with nice words, then went into kisses and caresses, which in turn would grow more and more direct and more sensual. What can I say? Although I now make a good point of keeping that in check at this stage in my life, I have always been an idealistic mother fornicator. More and more, it would feel as though there were no one in the entire house but Leslie and me. In fact, this would prove to be true, too, as most of everyone else had retreated to more private quarters with their respective partners. If you will allow me, I'm going to spare you quite a few details. But I will let you know that she and I would not quite go all the way together in the end. I did try to do so, but one of my tools, if I may say so, and if you know what I mean, would fail me then. Too many glasses of cocktails, I'm afraid.
Look, it happens to the best of
We've
us.
all been there.
It happens to the best of us, man.
We've all been there. I'm afraid, in fact, that would tend to remind me of a house music song with the following lyrics. Don't smoke cigarettes, don't take any drugs, don't go out at night, just fuck. Here is the crux of this story. I have a confession to make. Every now and then, although I was not actually feeling much, if any, pleasure from them, I would pretend to like Leslie's kisses and caresses a lot by making corresponding sounds from my throat in order to not disappoint her because I figured that she was likely to feel insulted or a little sad if I did not. Yes, that's right, gentlemen. That time, with a woman, I, a man, faked sensual or sexual pleasure in bed.
It happens.
Yikes.
So basically, you were banging a warm bowl of soup,
Well, attempting to. It was failing.
and you wanted it to end, and you just, I got it. I understand. These things happen.
We've all been in that position where all of a sudden you have that, it's like you have post-nut clarity during.
Yeah, you're
It's
like,
the
I'm going
worst.
to have to talk
What
to
am
this
I
woman.
doing?
She's
Well-
going to want to see me again.
Well, your funniest story is you having post-nut clarity pre-nut.
Yes.
I want to talk
I
to
was-
you.
I was
I
sobering up. That was a long night, man. That was a long night.
Oh man.
You went full slow motion Baywatch.
Yeah.
Sheila B. Getting Dick.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Dating done right. If you're interested in a lady, take her exes out for a beer or two. In vino veritas. That is good advice.
Yeah, it's
Some
actually one
good
of
couch.
you interview
Nice
past.
tactics.
Yeah, you interview past partners to get the truth or the other side
Oh, yeah.
of the story, and then you could build the truth from there.
It's a very good idea. Ballistic Zero. But, Pop, what if you get steak and a blowjob?
Winning.
Yeah, it's winning.
Steak and a blowjob. 2 tits. There you go. Arrow Shogun. 2 girlfriends. Never been on a date in my life, and I've been stood up for every date I ever planned prior and during those days. Many of whom asked me on the date. My first ex seemed to mostly care about the D, but the second one was doing meth behind my back. Nice.
Dude.
Always made excuses to cancel dates and caught her cheating on Facebook. Now, if she F's up once I'm out, no second chances.
I've been stood up a few times. Now I have a rule. If I'm going to meet a woman and and she's beyond the hit time by 15 minutes, I just fucking leave.
Yeah.
I'm done.
I'm
Sure,
out.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, Paytas, question for Pop. Can we have a Grunt Speak live video with you and Senior Airman Dick Fitzwell telling a bunch of military stories, or is that part of premium content?
No, we could figure something out. I was thinking of getting my old Lurst team together and we could talk about a bunch of shit.
Man, why not?
There's some crazy fucking stories, man.
I know you do. Every time you guys come here, I'm like, man, I thought I heard them all. Shit.
Well, the thing is you're in your early to mid 20s. Everyone's testosterone levels are through the roof. Things are going is fucking insane, and all I could do was basically set the right and left limit for the insanity, and then try to keep all the cats in between those two. But oh my god, it is insane.
Yeah. That's life for you. Iapetus, thank you for that one there. Crimson Hawk, hey, Pop and Blake, I started taking physical enhanced drugs. I feel calm and stoic. Here comes the, now listen, lecture from Pop.
All right, so he's using performance enhancing thingamajiggers?
The physical enhanced drugs is how he
All right,
puts
well,
it here.
I'm going to be honest. If you use it once or twice, it's not really a big deal. It's not going to impact your long run of your life. It's just not. If you stay on it for long periods of time, or you're on it for a minimum of 90 days a year for 5 to 8 years consecutively, you're going to bomb your testosterone. You have a very high chance of fucking up your T3 and T4, which is basically a hormone that comes from, what's that?
Thyroid?
Thyroid. That runs a lot of the stuff in your body, and once you fuck that shit up, it doesn't come back.
Yeah.
All right. Now I understand. You want to go from benching 250 to 300. It's 50 fucking pounds. Got it. You'll think it's an accomplishment once you do it, but when you get older and you turn 50 and you're fucking you're in second or third stage kidney failure. Your fucking tea's in the fucking toilet. You're crying at fucking chick flicks because your estrogen is going up. You fucked yourself up. You fucked yourself up.
That's the worst.
It is. I'm just telling you. You're laughing. But it happens.
It's like that.
Hey, it's funny because it's true.
Yeah.
Gosh.
It's like that Arnold movie Junior, where they get him pregnant.
Oh yeah.
He's crying at the commercial. He's doing like an ultrasound on him, and like, why are you crying? She was Daddy's little girl.
Oh gosh. Not a good look.
I'm just saying, man, that don't let it get out of control. If you are not a professional making an assload of cash, it's not worth it. If you're a young man and you want to get into that field, you need to research everything you're fucking doing. And with YouTube and BitChute and all of the video platforms, you can literally learn what to do, what not to do, and you can get the warnings and the downsides of all that shit. And if you still want to do it, that's fine, but at least you have the information so you can make an informed decision and decide if you want to like roll the dice for your dick on the table. I'm just saying.
Amen to that.
All right. Sorry, I'm going off in the weeds.
No, I answered the question.
And plus, I mean, if he's worried about T levels, you can do a lot with T levels just with proper diet, proper exercise, especially compound heavy lifts, lower body, and getting enough sleep. Like, you just start with that. I mean, people want to kind of go right to the
juice.
And like, there's a lot you can do to really help yourself out just with the basics, man.
And I'm a firm believer. Do not go to the juice until you have maxed out what you can physically do genetically.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Don't go there, because once you start going to the juice, you are basically artificially stunting your upward potential.
Yeah.
In my opinion. All right, next one.
Yeah, you prematurely go to the juice, you'll find out what shakes loose, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad news bears. All right. Now, Pop, I'm sure that you have a story as well that you're going to want to share with us, correct?
Which one?
It's a worst date story.
Oh.
So start thinking of one. We'll read a few more.
Okay.
We all have to share one. That's the rule.
All right.
All right. We got Elsis Sarana. Worst date ever. Going out for my birthday dinner with my ex and best friend right after she broke up with me that morning. Oh, she also got together with my friend 2 weeks later.
Ouch!
Ouch!
Ooh.
Yikes. That sucks. Oh, we got an email over here from John. I hope that's not what he does in his private life. Early on in my Christian walk, I adopted this crazy little dog. I call him Radar, but he didn't like me. So there was this girl, Angela, drop dead sexy and princess coddled all her life. Yeah. Hot girls are useless because they've never had to be useful. Just saying. She worked with my friend at the bagel shop, started going to our church, seemed like a nice girl. Months later, she finally agreed to go on a date. We went to a nice-ish restaurant where she started drinking and kept trying to call her ex-boyfriend, who she wouldn't stop talking about. But, hang on. Well, that's a nice one.
Time to bail.
I was still dick thinking, so whatever, right? She different. Well, on the way to drop her off at home, she puked in my car.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
I've had that happen a couple times.
Thank God my mom raised a neat freak because I had a trash bag for her. An hour drive home from there, I found Radar. Once before, he'd twisted himself out of his collar and run away, but he had an RFID chip, so I was able to retrieve him. Not this time. He twisted himself into a stranglehold. I know he didn't like me, but that's no way to go.
Oh, my.
Damn!
Oh, man.
Big dog and a vomit in the car.
Ugh. I did get to chat with
a
her.
country song.
Yeah.
God.
My dog doesn't like me, so he choked himself to death. And the woman that I went out to dinner with, she does the crystal meth.
He's a goddamn genius.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
God damn.
He's better than me, man.
Her ex-boyfriend speaks Klingon, and he likes to use the batleth. It goes right up her vertical smile. And now I'm at her funeral, and I don't have any rhymes left.
Close enough.
It's still pretty good.
Damn it.
Yeah.
It still kind of worked. Poor kid. I did get to chat with her once. Years after that, she said she was surprised that I was still going to church. like she was ever. Never mind. We're all flawed one way or another. That was the worst date I've ever had, but I haven't been on all that many. Still pretty bad.
You haven't lived, bro. That's amateur shit, bro. It's amateur shit.
I don't know, the dog strangling himself.
That's not part of the date.
That's pretty bad.
That is just shitty frosting on a shitty day. That's all it is.
Yeah.
I don't like, I listen, man, when my wife killed my dog, man, that broke me. That broke
That's
me.
harsh.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
And she broke my heart, so I broke her jaw. Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
Patriot of the West. Odin blessed, gentlemen. Do I have a story for you? Last night I saw a prowler investigated. He pulled a knife, and 3 buddies made a tactical withdrawal and called a local Gestapo. One with a knife would have been fair, but F that.
That's called shotgun.
Yes.
Shotgun.
Shotgun.
Yeah.
John Branson. Thank you, Pop. Love your stuff.
All right. Trying to save lives, bro. We're up to 416.
416. We may have a couple of more if I've been reading the chat correctly. K to the Swiss. Oh, Christ. Then you got these 2 shitebox thumbjack and scotchy chingo homo suspicion points. Hey, there's 3 of us tonight, man.
Wow, somebody's been watching my earlier stuff.
Crazy Uncle says he would like to send us a couple of the best Wango Tango first dates I've had, but it would take the entire stream to write it all. I will send them eventually. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Yeah.
You can't scare me. I'll tell you my story. Crimson Hawk. PEDs are amazing. Get ready for the now listen speech from Pop.
Well, I mean, listen. I mean, it all depends what you want to do.
Yeah.
Perform, like I said, performing enhancing drugs do enhance your performance, but they have negatives to them.
Yeah.
And you need to learn how to navigate those.
Sooner or later, you wind up this big on my desk.
Yep. And there's other things you could do which are not quite full-fledged PEDs, like SARMs. You can get a lot of benefits out of SARMs, and you don't have to deal with as many negative downsides. But like for instance, when I was 100 and I got done with Ranger School, once I lost all that fat, I walked around like 178. All right. And I always wanted to be that huge jacked guy, and I always was complaining about it. And I had a platoon sergeant one day say, "Hey, Pop, don't worry about what you don't have and focus on what you do have. Because chances are what you do have is more than enough." And he was absolutely fucking correct. I didn't use any juice. I was bench pressing 2 times my body weight, deadlifting like 2.5 times, and squatting 2.5 times my body weight, running 5 miles a day, and then 2 times or 3 times a week, I was doing open floor fighting at Sensei Robert Edwards School of Ishinru.
Nice.
And I didn't have to take shit. I took a lot of supplements from the over-the-counter stuff.
Yeah.
Like the protein and
yeah, you still take a cereal bowl full of supplements.
Yeah, and I'll
all
actually
the
do a
time.
show on that because I found some really good stuff that counteracts a lot of the negative stuff that the Koof shot is doing.
Oh, good, good. Yeah, we could definitely do a show on that. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who had to get it done because of work or what have you.
No, for instance, I have a friend of mine that was forced to get the poke, and it worried the hell out of me. So I started doing the research. And there are actually some herbs out there that have been studied in, there's actual scientific studies that are benefiting people. And those benefits contradict a lot of the bad shit that's happening.
Freudian slip.
Contradict.
Or contradict if you're, in the dating world.
Beer.
Delicious.
Got
to keep that fat Punisher bod rocking, man. Just
I'll
saying.
kill everyone in this room for 1 drop of sweet beer.
That is one of my favorite Homer Simpson.
Yeah, I
lines.
love that guy.
That and I love the Halloween episode when he, Flanders walks up, he shoots him. Dad, you shot the zombie Flanders. He was a zombie.
Yeah, my buddy John, he always compares me to that one episode when he's fighting Tyson and he's taking those punches to the head and it's not even bothering him. Because I showed him some of my fight tapes. He goes, Yeah, you kind of fight like Homer Simpson there, Pop. You're wearing him down by letting him by blocking with your face. Oh, there you go. Oh, you got a good one there. Oh, it's over. All right.
It's like the Rocky movies, man. Guess I'm watching Rocky 4, and I'm like, how many times is he going to block those punches with his fucking face?
All of them.
I mean, if he's actually hitting at 1,850 pounds per square inch, it's like getting hit in the face with a car.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
I got it, Mick. I got it. Not so much. Sean Hardeen, hey Blake, ever thought of a crossbow for those straws?
That would be not a wise idea.
Yeah,
that's a little bit too much.
That's when he would stomp my lifeless corpse into the ground for
I'd get pretty mad.
his eyeball.
That one hit me right in the eye, and I was like, ah!
No, if I had that kind of accuracy every time, yeah, I'd
be a bad day.
I'd get pummeled.
Yeah, I'm not really. I'd only punch you in the stomach.
No, I appreciate
I like
that.
you, man. So I punch you in the stomach.
We got a story from Crusader Nate.
All right.
I've been on more than my fair share of bad dates, to say the least. One that stands out to me is that I was at the 2002 Winter Olympics in Salt Lake City.
Mm-hmm.
Your first problem is that you were in Utah. Have you seen the women in Utah?
Yes, I have. Been there quite a few times.
Ooh, that's where mental illness goes on vacation. I was single, partying out, drinking, having a good time. I met this smoking hot Portuguese woman. 5'8", 115, caramel brown hair, green eyes. I was a party animal, and I was 24, working for a defense contractor, making stupid good money. At this time, when I would party, I would drink Jaeger and Red Bull by the pint glass.
Yikes.
Nice. I bet you your hair had frosted tips, too. After a few glasses, I was hardcore buzzed and was slowing down drinking, but she kept pushing me to drink more. I got a bad gut feeling and slipped out of the Metals Plaza, starting to feel something other than drunk. Oh, boy. I got out and away from the party atmosphere to an area that was staffed by National Guard police, all due to this being just after 9/11. I tried to walk up to the security only to black out and wake up in the emergency room confused. Finding out that I was drugged, my wallet, work security ID badge, which was my red zone pass, giving me access to diplomatic as well as other high security zones.
Ooh.
I was told by the doctors that I was drugged, but due to the quantity of alcohol I had drank and my gut instinct to escape saved me. They pumped my stomach and found copious amounts of GHB.
That'll kill you.
Yeah. A few days later, there was a report in the local news of people being drugged and robbed outside of the Metals Plaza. Needless to say, I don't drink Jaeger and Red Bull anymore.
Jesus.
Yeah. Whew. And usually that happens to women. They get like doped up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
I don't need that aggravation in my life, bro.
No.
Because if you drug me and I ever run into you again, you're going to be in intensive care. So I'm going to break shit on you that's never going to come back.
Sean Hardeen again. Speaking of bulbs in Uranus.
Oh!
Ooh.
More people pass due to random things up the old Uranus than by cordless hole punches. It's not a pew-pew problem, but a bad case of idiocracy. Oh. Yeah. I mean, we saw Glass Ass, the guy with the mason jar. He died.
Yeah, we did?
He did.
Oh.
And there was the Mr. Hands guy who thought that it would be a great idea to let a horse sodomize him. He died. It ruptured his colon.
God damn, this fucking... God damn it, stop it!
Can't you just stick to humans?
Stop! Just stop. Step away from the fucked up shit. Just no!
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
The devil's in the details, Jim.
God damn, that's terrible.
I mean, how bored do you have to be? Like, God.
I don't know.
I got nothing.
Like, when I get bored, I write a book.
Yeah, no kidding.
Or I come up
read
with
a book.
comedy routines.
Yeah.
I mean, God damn it. Come on. Find a hobby.
Channel it into something positive, like a horse.
You're going to wind up being the gimp somewhere, man.
Shit. Oh, we got a request in the chat for you, Brian, because the way that your audio sounds, you need to say, it was at that moment he knew. He fucked up.
Are you going to say?
Yeah, go for it. Go, Skid, I need you to say it.
It was at that moment he knew. He fucked up.
I'm going to save that.
I love that. I love that.
Ringtone.
I can't tell how many times. I swear to God. I'm sitting there. I do an airborne operation. I jump. I bring my stuff back, to the shoot shakeout and the shoot return.
Shakeout.
the shoot return area.
Oh,
And I'm
okay.
standing with a bunch of other grunts. And we're watching the next stick come in, and they're jumping out, and you see like 2 guys do the. And like you see them like the shoots go.
Oh no!
And we're literally like the guy next to me is like, it's right about here they realized.
They fucked up.
They fucked up. And sure as shit, somebody broke his leg and had to go to the hospital. It's fucking fucked up shit.
That's messed up.
Yeah, not good.
It's still better than a stick in the ass.
Oh, I bet it is.
Yeah, that
Or
was
a horse. Yeah.
Or a
absolutely.
horse.
That
or,
was
or-
probably-
or a broken mason jar.
No, that was like, you ever watch the Seinfeld when the old dude falls on that macaroni man thing and it goes up his ass and they're like, oh, it's 1 in a million. Well, this dude did a jump and literally landed in a tree and had like a branch go into his anus and tear it. And like we had to like literally pull him down, get him right to literally get him to the vehicle, and the medic just took off to the hospital. The guy lived, but he needed a whole lot of stitches in his anus.
Oh, I bet he did.
Yeah, that's a bad day.
Oh, that is rough.
That's a bad day.
Just the way your mother likes shit. Trip.
1 in a million. It does happen. It does happen. I've seen it. I've seen it.
That's horrifying.
Yeah, that's why I hate tree landings. I will literally climb over people's parachutes so I don't have to land in the trees. Fuck them. I'm not going to the trees. Not happening.
Too much wood for you, not enough for your ex.
You don't want none of that. How do you explain that to your wife? Oh, man, you have to go. I'm in the hospital.
Yeah.
I had a tree go up my ass. What?
What?
Screaming goat. I'd kill that thing if I had it.
Well, this is actually a stock scream sound effect from Apple Final Cut Studio. So
It is a
the
screaming goat.
screaming goat was it was faked.
Oh, it was fake?
It was faked, yeah.
I hope so.
Just say.
Because I heard that. I'm like, I'll kill it.
Yeah, because I would kill that goat and eat it.
I'd call a Puerto Rican, come kill it, barbecue it. It'll be tasty.
Puerto Ricans are
Just
pretty
wait.
high in the ethnic anger scale.
Yeah, they are. And they know how to cook. They cook anything, man.
That's especially if it's one of those steroid goats, man.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, yeah. You love that steroid goat story, huh?
Steroid
Fuck,
goats.
man. If I'm having a bad day, I'll play that shit because that brings me right up, man.
Oh, that's great.
They killed my goat, man. And you're getting recycled. No, man, it fucking. Hey,
The best-
your goat's
Best
dead.
part is when,
Your
is when
goat's
he
dead.
puts
You
the
recycle.
He puts the 2x4s on the goat, freezes it that way, sets it up, gets checked off, good to go.
And then
I'm
they
like,
go.
that's fucking brilliant, man. Brilliant. That is, man, it's
yeah, that was-
inspirational is what that is.
Yeah.
I fucking love that shit.
But that, I mean, your goat dies, you're getting recycled.
Yeah.
Like I was literally like, one medic was like, I got recycled twice. Like, what happened? Well, the first time I legitimately fucked up. The second time, some goat kicked my goat in the head and killed it.
Well,
Like, well, that sucks. Because that's what the grader said. Is your goat alive? Yes or no? No.
then we're good.
Recycle.
Recycle.
Good times.
Ooh, excuse me. 822 people currently watching us over on YouTube. Thank you very much. But only 500 likes. You got to smash that shit. Smash it like a 2-meter cord up your pee hole.
Or a little light today.
A little light. That's fine. It probably means that somebody else is streaming, you know. It is what it is. But hey, I'm having a good time. Hope you guys are having a good time. Let's keep the booze flowing and the jokes going.
And I want the likes to go up.
Yes. From Crazy Uncle. Just found out that my sister-in-law brought her kids to get the Shaft in order to go to Disney. Lovely. Not only is subjecting children to total mindfuckery of what Disney's been doing to warp the minds of children enough, now her 6-year-old daughter is having a bad reaction.
Oh, no.
If you could raise a glass to her recovery, I would appreciate it. Those that are refusing this poison, hold your ground. You are not alone.
Send me your email, and I will give you the list of the herbs
It's already in here. Good.
that you can buy.
Yep. You're not alone, and you got some hard-ass pipe-hitting riggers to your right, left, and covering your B. Or your 6, right?
Well, we all need that.
Amen to that. All right, we got Steve from Canuckistan with $50 Canadian. That'll go
Thank
for
you,
one
man.
of these
Thank you.
here.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
Hell yeah. Gentlemen, please call me Rearson. All right, Rearson. We'll call you Rearson. My apologies for this being a long one, but I got gut punched 4 times in one night.
Oh, no.
Ooh, that sounds like a bad one. I went to my work wife's place for 4 months for a 4-month late dinner date. I was to buy the food, she bought the wine. The evening started off by her asking me when we decided on the cuisine, Japanese. Apparently $60 wasn't enough. Went up to $80. Still not enough. She was happy with $100 with maybe tax and tip. While waiting for the food, I was asked if I could move her shit from the basement to the garage. I was happy to oblige, hoping for some brownie points. After that was done, the food arrived. The ordering of the food was but the beginning. You missed. Halfway through her first of quite a few glasses of wine, she drops the first of a few bombs on me.
All right.
Turns out,
I'm kind of seeing someone. Can you give me advice? It's a long-distance relationship.
you'll be glad to know that I played dumb. How the F could she think this is a good thing to ask me?
Where's the exit?
Yeah. Some more background info about me. I am married on paper. My spouse knows I have no love for her, but I am better off for now, where it is cheaper to keep her than leave for now. After the relationship hit me, well, in her drunken state, she was going to play the role of sex therapist. Oh, boy. I've had more fun with the clothes on with her in her drunken state than I have with my spouse. Tough life. I know I have a lot of shit to work out, and I'm not staying with my spouse. I lost interest in her a long time ago. Now, most I've done with the work wife is kiss and grab her ass. The clothes have always stayed on. Now to add icing to the cake. When she plays therapist, she proceeds to tell me in front of her roommate that I need a woman to daily drain my tension. She then goes through the motions of a hand job and a blow job. I try to steer the conversation away from that spicy topic. Later on, she announces she's got a landing strip. I've never been so emasculated, humiliated, and embarrassed at the same time. The next day, she asks if I made it home safely. I did, and replied by telling her what she said to me. She's written the whole thing off because she was drunk, naturally. Yeah, if women are drunk when they say it, apparently it's, yeah.
No.
It never happened. It's
first of all,
it's like herpes in Vegas.
if she's putting you in the friend zone, just don't even deal with it.
No.
Keep it professional.
In case you're wondering, our friendship is under review right now, and
Good.
I don't know where I'm going to go with this with her. I have no ambitions of wanting her. I've gone so far as to use a ritual to rip her out of my heart. I'm not interested anymore in her. She's got a lot of issues, and the justice to this, her boyfriend really has no idea, I think, what he's in for. I have so many more things to tell you. It isn't funny, but that will be for another date and time.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, the friend
One
zone is no
word.
fun, man.
What do you
One word. Next.
All right.
Next.
I'm gonna give you the friend zone story.
Okay, here we go.
All right. So I come back from Phoenix, Arizona, and I am in the zone. I'm looking to get married and have kids. And there was the first choice. I gave this woman the full court press. She gave me nothing but the business.
The business.
And friend zoned me. Now this particular woman is in her 50s. Heavy.
Alone.
And every now and again, I'll get like that on the Facebook. Hey, how you doing? And I'll be like, hey, how you doing? And hey, we should go get something to go to dinner or get a drink. And I'm like, I'm sorry, you friend zoned me. Well, I was younger than I go. Hey,
no,
I have a rule. Once I'm in the friend zone, I'm nothing more than a friend. Boom.
No free meals for you. Come back, never.
That's just the way. I mean, listen. If they put you in the friend zone, not worth it. Don't just leave.
Amen to that. Rabbit New Zealand, Pop. Add me to the list of the saved. You guys are epic. Keep the laughs and common sense coming. 417.
Oh, damn.
Oh, dude, you squeegeed.
I squeegeed it.
Oh, that's
Sorry.
gross.
Sorry. Hey, make sure you keep your number because we're probably going to do the dog tag thing
Hell yeah.
in the future.
Thank you so much, Rabbit New Zealand. You are the man. JWN5 with a $50 super chat.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
Thank you very much. I've had a best date ever. Oh, boy. dinner at a good restaurant, then found out she's a feminist and rude. Started talking about politics. I knew the staff personally, pulled the restroom dip, told them, she's getting this one. Left and got 20 texts later that made my night.
Awesome.
Well played.
And listen, there's so much satisfaction to like dropping the ninja ball and just disappearing. I'm out.
Yeah.
What I love is when they try to shit test you. This one actually happened to me. It was this little redheaded chick. Her name was Megan. We banged twice. Dead fish syndrome all the way.
I hate that.
The first time I was like, well, maybe she was just a little nervous or whatever. After the second time, I'm like, okay, this is just you. So I'd already written her off in my head. She catches me while I'm on my dating profile one day, starts messaging me, hey, how's it going? Well, I just wanted to let you know that, I don't really see this going anywhere, so I just wanted to let you know, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that's fine.
Okay.
Not a big deal. I know it's totally cool. I had a good time with you. I hope you had a good time. Silly. Next. Yeah. Exactly. What? They want you to fight for them when they pull this shit.
Yeah.
Women, this is one of their most common shit tests. They will tell you, they want you to think that they are rejecting you because they want you to fight for them. Don't fall for it. Move on to the next chick. If she's willing to shit test you that early on, you just wait.
Off the lot.
Yep.
Walk off the lot, man. It's not even worth it.
Bye-bye. Oh, good story, though.
You got to remember what Rolo says, right? They make rules for betas and they break rules for alphas.
Yes, they do.
So she's making the rules for you. She doesn't see you that way. Move on. And that's all there is to it.
Move on. What do we got here? JWN5 with another $1 donation. If there was a comment there, it is gone. Sorry about that. Dung is fun. So what y'all are saying is that a small group of guys have the herpagonisyphilades and a lot of ladies pass it around.
Yeah, they do. Yes, they do.
Jail. Daruni Albani, Rumble auto resets on new message. Known issue. Well, that's weird.
Yeah.
We do have a new Rumble rant over here from AFlan07. New Year's Eve ended up paying 5 people's tab.
Damn!
Take a 32-year-old blonde home, turns out to be crazy cat lady, do the deed, leave in the morning to find I'm covered in fleas. Stopped at CVS for off deep woods.
Oh,
that does happen.
Damn!
That does happen.
That is, holy shit.
If they have a lot of cats and they keep them inside and they get fleas, it is a nightmare to get rid of.
Yeah.
That last one actually reminded me of another news story. We never covered it because it just kept getting put off and put off. But it's a perfect time for it. Meal ordeal. Woman takes 23 members of her family on a blind date with her to test how generous the man is, but it totally backfires.
What, he just left? Good.
Apparently this is an Asian couple here. Mr. Liu, 29, did a runner. The rather ambitious singleton was left to foot the bill herself. A cool 2,300 pounds. We're sure she was less than pleased.
2,300, that's 2,700 American. That's like a whole, she basically brought a whole wedding reception.
Yeah.
Or pre-wedding reception dinner.
Yeah, 23 extra people, so for 25 people.
No, I would not. Ooh. I would not. I'm.
That's over $100 a person.
No, fuck that. Fuck it. Most of it's alcohol, I bet.
Probably.
Yeah.
They always get you coming.
They fuck you at the alcohol. They fuck you at the bar, bro.
They fuck you. They fuck you. They fuck you at the bar. Okay. Haven't watched Lethal Weapon 2 in a while. Good movie. All right, Rusty Shackelford. She was a childhood friend. Oh, $20 donation. Got to do one of these. Excellent. I reunited with her years later. So many red flags. Now she's a single mom, in rehab, crazy debt, and no bank account. That's 4 strikes. This past Monday, I got the "Hey, stranger" text.
Sling back. Watch the video. Don't fall for it.
Cut sling load. Don't even entertain the retribution coitus because that chick's not in the pill.
Yeah, most of the people who are not in the military, when we say cut sling load, what that means is you're in a helicopter, you are slinging a bunch of weight moving it from point A to point B. If that weight shifts where it's going to compromise the aircraft, the crew chief has the authority to cut sling load, which means you just drop the fucking weight on the spot. And I've seen it done, and it is quite brutal. That's when the cannon fell into the PX parking lot at Fort Lewis.
Holy crap.
Andrew Tremere up the counter to 418. After the separation, I was rapidly sinking to that place. I found your channel and TFM's channel, and it pulled me back from the edge.
418.
418.
Keep that number handy.
Hell yeah. It's always good. Makes you feel
God damn, I love this.
Good to hear. Really good to hear.
Hell yeah. We got one in the emails here from Cobalt Steel.
Ooh!
My ex got remarried 30 days after our divorce was final to a guy that beat her up and stole her TV.
That's awesome.
Yes, she was
Paybacks.
a real loser, and I was very dumb when I was younger.
And you know what? Fill us in on what happened to her later on in life, because I'm sure it's not good.
There's more here.
Oh, okay.
So fast forward to 2 years later.
Oh, yeah!
I'm remarried. We've been married for over 40 years now.
Ooh.
One night, my wife and I went out. We ended up at a pizza joint. What we didn't know was my ex worked there as a waitress.
Nice.
She wasn't even our waitress, but was constantly at the table. My wife and I were really carrying on, made her very jealous. So finally, I had enough and introduced her to my new wife. My ex turned white as a sheet, excused herself, and ran crying into the back. Her manager was giving me the evil eye, which told me she was screwing him because she couldn't keep her legs closed. We finally left. Here's the punchline. About midnight after the ex got off work, she calls me at my mother's house while I was staying in town. Ex, we need to talk about this. Talk about what? You being remarried. I thought you would wait for me. I hung up the phone.
That's absolutely, that is fucking, what?
Really?
Yeah.
So you've been married, were you married 40 years when this happened, or was it?
Let's see. 2 years later.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. No.
Crazy.
Real man, the narcissism and audacity in that statement is just, that's breathtaking.
And what women don't understand is the 1970s are gone. You know, pre-1985, when women were getting married at like 22 to 24, they'd be married 5 or 6 years, and they'd get divorced at like 29. They could maybe pull it off, but now they're getting married in their 30s.
And they're like 40 when they get divorced.
Yeah, you're like 37 to you're well into the wall, and you're like, I can do better, and then they find out they can't. And all I could say is, fuck you. You want some sympathy? Open the dictionary and look between shit and syphilis. Winning. Good times.
It is good times. Oh, wow. Just wow. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, I've been on more than a few dates with chicks like that. It's just no concept of reality.
Yeah.
Like, you're just like, oh, I want this, I want that, I'm doing this. I'm like, that's just not going to happen. And it's just getting more and more. I don't know. Like,
And they get pissed when you say,
there's nothing to bring them back, right? Like, you know, until the cold hard truth happens at 40.
Yeah.
And you're like, Jesus, you know, it's like you say, it's breathtaking in how crazy it is. It's like, how can you possibly think this way? Well, and we know the answer. Nobody's told them any different because they all wanted to fuck them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct.
Yeah,
Reality is a harsh mistress.
You remember I told the story about the chick who I dated when I was, much younger?
Mm-hmm.
And then she broke up with me over a dream, and I retribution coitused her several years later, and she thought that we were just going to pick up and I was going to marry her, and she told me, like, I was stupid to think anybody else could make you happier than me, and maybe I'm like, oh, yeah, about that dream that you had. Oh, I don't remember. And red line through your name. We're done here.
Yeah. And?
Next.
We're done here.
Yep. She didn't come at you with a knife, though, right?
Yeah.
No.
Good.
What's the next one?
Bad news bears. Sam Whiskey. I like going swimming with bow-legged women and swim between their legs. Colonel Potter. Here's to swimming with bow-legged women. We just hit 900 on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. And 355 watching over on Rumble, 44 on MGTOW.tv, 183 on Odyssey, and 81 on Twitch, 73 on D-Live. Outstanding. Matt Wilson from Australia. G'day, lads. It's a nice and sunny 26 degrees here in Sydney, Australia today.
Is that 26 degrees Celsius?
26 degrees Celsius.
Fuck you! Eat a dick! All right. Sorry, man. Sorry. I'm giving you the knife hand. Eat a dick! All right.
Eat the whole bag.
Yeah.
Been a busy week
man,
here.
I guarantee you it's colder here than it is where you are.
I guarantee you are correct. You are correct. You are correct.
But are you
Trust
having
me,
a blizzard there? Because we're having a blizzard here.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, we had it the other day. Yeah.
It's what's the temperature outside right now?
I don't know. Check
Let's
it.
look.
We're due to have anywhere from 5 to 8 inches of snow.
23 degrees.
Yay!
And by the time I leave here, it'll be 21.
Good times.
Excellent.
Matt Wilson, g'day, lads. Thank you for that. And been a busy week here with a UK expat attacked and eaten by a 4.5 meter great white on Wednesday afternoon at the Sydney beach. Ouch!
Well, I actually want to scuba dive the barrier reef because that's where Jacques Cousteau's son got munched on by a shark.
Is that how you want to go? Or
No, well,
okay,
I don't know. I don't know if I would like being going fight. I don't know. I just want to just scuba dive.
I'm just checking.
No. If I need to check out, I'm fighting a drug cartel guy, or I'm going to go to like a horrible part of town and just pick fights until I'm dead.
You're like, cancer? Fuck this. I'm going to go start a gunfight in Detroit.
Yeah. Hey,
nice and quick. Michael Morgan with a $20 super chat. I've heard you many times tell us not to get married till the family court laws change. Do you actually think the laws will ever change? And what do you tell those of us who want to get married and have a nuclear family?
All right. So I sent Blake an article, and it's 7 years old, about women in Africa, having a severe problem finding husbands.
There's not going to be any husbands left by 2023.
And that problem has slowly been creeping into the Western world.
Yep.
And the only thing that is helping them live in this illusion is because they get Section 8, WIC, welfare, child support, and alimony. They get subsidized daycare, subsidized training. In some states, they get free college. All of that costs money.
Yeah.
Now, with what's going on with this administration, and if we don't correct this course, we are going to bankrupt this nation, and you're going to see all of those programs go away. And all of these women who are like, I don't need a man, I'm strong and independent, they're going to fucking freak the fuck out because there's no more safety net for them.
Yep.
And there's no more men on the horizon that they can latch onto because they're like, fuck you, I don't want anything to do with you and your 3 fucking kids. Suck dick to pay the bills. I'll be your first goddamn customer, and then I'm gone.
Just in case anybody was curious.
I actually said that in court.
Just go suck 6 dicks. You can pay for that
God!
half a
I
Saturday.
told you the story. Oh,
yeah,
God,
of
that was fucking awesome.
It's one of my favorite stories.
God. And like 2 people got up to run out of the court when I said that. This fucking stupid bitch.
I want more child support.
It was over $350.
Yeah.
She wanted $350 more dollars. But the equation is the equation.
Yeah.
X amount of money you make, X amount of child support. But she wanted $350 more dollars. And I had to go back 2 or 3 times. And finally I'm like, Your Honor, this could all be settled if she would just suck 6 dicks on Saturday. She could knock it out by 1 o'clock, and she'd have her 350. And like dudes in the back were like, God, running out of the court laughing. And the judge was like, "We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna check."
So I could go laugh in my
He
chambers.
went back into his chambers. I know he was laughing his ass off. He comes back and he goes, "Can we refrain about you speaking about charging for sexual stuff, please? It's not shouldn't be done here in this court."
Sure.
And I'm like, all right, yeah. Because I know if I pressed it, I'd get a contempt of court, 30 days in jail, and then I'd be nothing but the in-jail comedian. Hey, what's up, you fucking bastard? I would have drove everyone fucking nuts. And I'd have been great at mopping floors because I'm an 11 janitor.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
It's a real skill to know exactly where that line is and go right up.
Right up to the edge and just go. Let you get it down. Oh, you mad now? You mad? Well, I'm on this side line. Oh, are you mad now? Oh, yeah. Because I'm a dick.
Beautiful.
By choice.
Dick by choice.
Everyone's got an asshole, and either it works and you live, or it doesn't, you die. I'm a dick by choice.
True story. Oh, shit, that's funny. Oh, man. Thumper, the sweaty fat guy. Oh, good times. Love when we get a Thumper, sweaty fat guy story here. He says, lots of USAF guys on lately. Perhaps the Army guys can't figure out the interweb nets. How interesting that all of us were AMC.
I don't know. I have a lot of... Oh, that's a nice picture.
Yeah, it is. We can't show it, though.
Oh, that's a good
Oh,
one, too.
my.
Oh, George. Oh, Don.
I'll send them to you later.
Do you know this woman, or is it someone at a shaky club?
This is Thumper sending us this stuff.
All
here.
right.
You remember the old chick who shit my bed? That was one of the grossest. The worst was when I met this chick in a parking lot at 0200, drunk off my ass, and asked her, do you have a boyfriend? She said no. I asked, do you want one? Ended up married to her for 8 years of hell and another 15 indentured to her.
Oh, God.
Not bad enough. I wish I had $20 for every time some chick's kids cock blocked me.
Wow.
One kid threw up on me from the back seat as we were driving back to her house at her car. Date's over. Drop me off. I'll walk back to my car. Another one managed to come down the steps every damn time her pants started to come off. I have a few of these. I just broken up with my fiance while home on leave back in 1990. Was riding around with another chick in her Nova. We stopped at a dirt road and got busy. I had her naked on the bench seat, about to pop her cherry, and the girl I broke up with earlier that day walked up to her car and drug this naked chick out by her hair and started beating on her. Kinda hot. But did not pop anything that night. Last one, that's in the pics. I was banging this 22-year-old chick when I was 44, single mom, not bad looking. I had busted and passed out on the couch at her house. I heard voices and smelled this acrid chemical smell.
Oh, no.
She was cooking meth in the kitchen while I slept. This skeezy dude came by to help her. Needless to say, I made a vapor trail getting the fuck out of there.
I don't blame you, bro. I don't blame you.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
You don't need that trouble, man. Just get the hell out of there.
No, run and hide. We got another one from Crusader Nate here. I already mentioned this story previously. That's a short version. About 8 months into a relationship with a girl who moved in with me. I was working about 90 hours a week. She said she made dinner for me and it was in the fridge. I got home and saw she had made beef stroganoff. Yes, she was Russian.
That's actually a good dish.
Yeah. I stopped home to eat before going to my part-time job and grabbed some food to heat up at work. And one of the EMTs was working, and I was working with looked at what I had warmed up and just started eating, and he pointed out that the mushrooms in it did not look right. I only ate a small amount and started to get sick. About 4 hours later, only to find out she put poisonous mushrooms in it.
God damn!
I ended up spending the night in the emergency room having my stomach pumped. I tried to call her and contact her or her family, but never got a call back and never saw her again.
That's when you go to the police.
Wowza!
Damn.
Like, I'm telling you, you fuck with my food, I'm going to put you in the ER. Some shit's going to get fucking broken on you. It's just that simple.
Amen. K to the Swiss with the donation. We already made good on his request. Thank you very much. It was that moment he knew he fucked up. Quidjibo with a 1999 donation. Worst date ever. Invited a chick bowling. Last minute asked if her sis could come.
Oh, God.
I said sure. 8 others came, including the guy she actually liked. Worst part, I paid for everything, never got paid back. That was high school.
Dude. Oh, high school.
Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah. Well, all right.
I'll let you have it if it's
You're in high school. You're basically in the ring. You don't know how to box. You don't know how to block, defend. Maybe you can jab a little bit, and you're going to get beat up. And that's okay. It happens. As long as it doesn't continue to happen until you're like 50.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything after that is bad. I'm glad you're paying attention now.
Yes.
It's how you learn.
Make mistakes.
Because it's all fun and games until you fight a trained fighter.
Wisdom is the bastard stepchild of stupidity. It's just a fact.
Yeah, I write a whole book about it.
K to the Swiss. Oh my God, Serenity now. Reaper 01. I've been waiting for it.
The Gimp.
I'm going to take a drink for this one.
All right. What is it?
I was 22.
Okay.
A buffet waitress left me her number on my check.
Dick thinking.
Measurements, Japanese,
Oh,
5'5", 15-mile-an-hour front bumpers,
Yes.
10-mile-an-hour rear bumpers.
Yes!
2 days later, I suggested a restaurant,
Uh-huh.
but... hang on.
We saw that one already.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well.
New one? You got a new one?
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good turd cutter on that one. All right.
She didn't even want to eat dinner, so we went straight back to her place. As we talked, she explained that she always wanted to be with a black guy. Anyways, we got down to business. This chick began going full anime Ornpay on me, like screaming, drooling, and doing that Belle Delphine face thing. Oh, fuck me. Then, as I applied the doggy works, she started puking up what looked like a strainer full of brown noodles and eating it off the floor.
No, that is when you walk out. Fuck this. It's not my...
I pulled out, put my clothes back on.
Oh.
She sat there on the floor, smearing it on her face and stuffing it up her hoo-ha.
You're making me nauseous, man.
Enough.
Get out of it. You need to leave. No.
I ran down the stairs, ripped the front door off its hinges. The last time I heard her voice, it was saying, "That's right, run, round eye. I like the hunt." I barely made it 50 feet when an arrow slammed through the car window 3 feet away from me.
That beats the gutter nail bat thing.
I shit and pissed on myself as I ran down the boulevard. It was the scariest moment of my entire dating life, as my only thought was, I'm a dead man. This bitch is about to turn my black ass into a teriyaki stick. Fuck!
I've only been shot at a couple times in that shit, man.
P.S. Still get boners from Asian chicks to this day. Get me Fangs or AOC's phone number.
Yeah.
You're helpless, bro.
No, I had
helpless.
I had a shotgun fired at me. That was unpleasant.
Whew.
That wasn't a date, though. I'd known this girl for a while.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I knew I could count on you, man. I knew I could count on you for some A-class entertainment.
That's some good-ass shit right there.
Holy shit.
Jesus.
D. Vinny sent a worst date story to the Redonkulas 12 Gmail. You can call it a Coyote Ugly story.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Here we go. We got to find it here. D. Vinny. When I was still in the Army about 10 years ago, one of my battle buddies called me up and asked me to wingman for her at this country bar off post. I was not doing anything, so I said, sure, why the hell not? She said she was meeting with someone and just wanted to have a buddy around just in case. We had off post, got to the bar, went inside, played some pool, drank some beers, and we were having a decent time. Eventually, her date showed up, and they were chatting up and hitting it off. The night would stretch on, and the beers would start racking up. I was getting pretty drunk, because when I drank, I did so with the full intentions of getting drunk.
That's the way it should be. Yeah.
But at some point, I started to chat up this woman. I'm not going to beat around the bush. Now, I'm 5'5", at the time 190-ish, army fit, stocky little fucker. This woman was maybe a 3.5 or a 4.
What?
She was easily 3 bills plus, taller than me. And if I wasn't so drunk, I wouldn't have looked her way. Never drink the 10 to a 2, man.
All right, listen, I understand completely where this is going.
There's more.
We've all been there.
There's nothing but beer goggles leading me at this point. I asked my friend's date. We were all hanging out and getting along, but I had a moment when the girls went to the restroom, and I asked him for his opinion. Is she ugly attractive enough to take home? He told me to drink more.
That's right.
A lot more.
Drink her up to a 6.
So I did. My buddy, she was getting along very well with her date, and they eventually went off to finish their evening as well as was expected. But this story's about me. You remember the old Fantasia cartoon with the crocodile and the hippo?
Yeah.
That's the best I can describe how we matched one another.
Nice.
I would take her home, seal the deal, even a Whiskey Richards syndrome. Here was the problem. When I woke up the next day, the terror of a coyote considering to chew off its own arm to escape went through my soul. I had to get rid of her as quickly as possible because if I didn't, well, I lived on base on the 3rd floor of the barracks. Got her up, got her downstairs, had to walk past the staff duty desk. Thankfully, there was just a sergeant, and he was letting his runners sham off because it was Sunday morning. I didn't know him, thankfully, and I knew by the time I got back the CQ staff would have changed, and no one would ever know about the moped I brought into the barracks.
I've seen that happen quite a few times. Listen, we've all been there. It happens. I got it.
Does happen.
You know.
Oh, crazy uncle. You know it's going to be a good one. Not a first date, but you'll like this. I was sleeping over at a girlfriend's place after bending her in ways that would make Gumby scream.
I like that.
I was asleep on my chest.
Gumby.
And she thought it would be fun to wake me up with a jolt. She was a horse chick and had a true riding crop with her horse tack. Oh, boy. Thanks to 2 hours in Iraq at the time, or 2 tours in Iraq at the time, I woke up half a second before the smack. The pain, the sound, and the jump make me spin onto my back in less than a second. When I did, I kicked her on the side of the head, knocking her out.
Good.
Oh, nice.
When I tried to go,
kick.
when I tried to go and help her, I wasn't able to use part of my leg due to shock. After falling on the ground and crawling to the bathroom, I got a good look at what she did. I left her on the ground and ran. When she asked me later why I ran, I responded, "Would you rather I shoved that riding crop up your ass?" She responded, "Yes."
Oh,
Yes.
my God.
It wasn't the crop that went up there. Don't judge me.
Listen, man, it's all good, bro.
FYI, not really a fan, only done upon request. Still amazed I wasn't arrested, but this was over a decade ago. No hashtag Me Too.
You'll be fine. You're good.
Question, why don't they realize hashtag Me Too actually means pound me too? Looking at how nasty feminazis are, I say, just say no.
Yep. No problem. Jesus Christ.
Holy hot damn.
That's a good one, man.
That's a very good one. Just booted her in the fucking dome.
This story before reminds me of something Steve Wright said. He said, "Drink until she's attractive, but stop before the wedding."
Yeah, yeah. Listen,
That's
we've
classic.
been there. I've drank quite a few 4s up to 7s.
Yeah.
It happens. You're young. You're dick thinking. What are you gonna do?
Apparently, you're going to drink a 4 up to a 7.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
Sad. Just sad. Jeff, on the bound, did you hear about Florida's new father's bill?
No.
No, I have not. We'll have to take a look at that. If it's good news, we'll talk about it. Tony Soprano, Pop whining about the cold is lame. He's clearly never been to Minnesota in the wintertime.
I've been to Minnesota. What are you talking about?
It's cold there. It's
It's
really
fucking
cold in
cold.
Chicago, too.
Yeah, it's cold in Alaska. I did
Yeah.
winter survival out there. Fucking sucked. It was so cold. They walked us out of the field problem and for 2 days. No sleeping, no turning off the vehicle. Just walk your ass back. It sucked, man. Sucked.
Atomic Dimension Traveler has a question. Women say they're let down by 5 inches of pea nice, but they always complain they can't handle 5 inches of snow. What's up with that? Well, if you're stuffing snow up there,
Well, women are weak.
you're doing it
For the
wrong.
most part. There's a few that aren't, but most of the time they talk a big game, but when the rubber hits the road, they want a man to fucking do all the hard shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, if average is not big enough for you, it's probably because you've been spending too much time with the baseball bat attached to the paint mixer, and your nerve endings are dead, and your ability to pair bond is in the shitter.
That's right. And you need to put all the stuff in the dishwasher to keep it clean.
Yeah. I'm just saying, because we've all held a chainsaw at some point in our life, yes?
Yes.
And you know that after holding that for just a few minutes, it takes a
Hands go
while to get the feeling back in your hands because they're so hyperstimulated. Now imagine doing that to an extraordinarily sensitive area for maybe a half hour to an hour a day with these OnlyFans bitches, and you really think that that's not going to deaden things down there a little bit?
It's going to mess it up, man. This is the way it is.
I don't think I can look at my chainsaw the same way again. God.
Don't forget to pull the ripcord. All 2 meters of it. Terrible. Patriot of the West. Worst date showed up high on valleys with her mother.
Yeah.
What?
I've never had a woman show up with her mother. I've had the surprise swing by her house to meet her mother, which I did not appreciate.
Yeah. When I was real young, went to take this chick to a movie. I was probably 13 or 14.
Mm-hmm.
And she would have been a year younger. And apparently he didn't know that the first time we went to a movie, it was alone. Well, we went to go see The Wedding Singer. I want to say I'm dating myself. But then because he found out that we were going alone, he insisted on coming along.
Okay.
That was uncomfortable as shit.
Yeah, you get the father chaperone thing.
Well, the big problem is that he was an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember running into him probably 10 years later, maybe more, because it would have been more because I already had my own business at that point. Ran into him at a gas station. And he's like, "Hey, how you doing?" I was like, "Yeah, you're real nice to me now that your daughter has lost her license to a DUI, fucks nothing but losers, has had a couple of pregnancy scares, and it's like all of a sudden you start to realize, hey, maybe the turbo dork wasn't such a bad idea."
I had the same issue. I was really into this one chick, and her father hated my guts. So I dated her. This is like 3 or 4 months into it, And I'm in the Army on active duty, and it's like 9:30 in the evening, and she's like, "Well, you need to be gone by 10 because my father comes home shortly after 10." I'm like, "Okay, it's 9:30. I got my shoes on. I'm getting ready to leave." Well, he comes home early, walks in the front door, sees me, starts fucking flipping out. I'm
Naturally.
like, okay, and granted, I'm 21. She's the same age as me. We're both adults. I'm like, okay. And then he reaches in the closet and pulls out a 12 gauge.
Nice.
Out the back door I go. Really. Over the deck, cross the backyard, make it over the fence, disappear into the wood line. And guess what? If you're a wise man, you do not follow airborne rangers into the woods because that's where bad shit happens to you. So he squeezes off a couple rounds, into the darkness. I hear it had to be buckshot because I heard it rip through the trees.
Oh, my God.
Never went back. Never went back. Years later, we're talking decades, I'm back at that post. Okay. And I'm just there doing training. I'm there for 6 weeks. Lo and behold, off post at the Walmart, I run into this dad. And now he looks all fucked up. He's being all nice to me.
Oh, how you doing?
And I'm like, and I already knew the score. I go, okay, so you shot at me before, but I'm a good guy now that your daughter married a doctor, got divorced, had 2 kids with him, and then 2 kids with 2 different dudes. Sorry, not sorry. Fuck you. That was it. Walked out, never saw him again. I should have kicked his ass, but
I would have been a righteous
I would have been
kick.
thrown out of school if the police got involved. Sometimes you just can't kick people's asses. You just got to take the L, man. I did a whole video on it. Take the L. You just got to take the L.
Sometimes.
You can't win them all, man.
Nope.
I mean, indirectly I won, but
That's the long game.
yeah.
All right. First Sergeant Won't Stop Twerking sent an email.
That's a big one.
Remember Blasher? Well, his life didn't get much better. 1 year after the last incident, he was still going to Comic-Cons, or as he calls them, Comic-Cons, but was now following a new protocol regarding chicks, especially ones with hidden pricks.
Oh no.
While at his first serious job after graduating high school, he met a female coworker that asked him out to drinks after hours, and he knew what she was trying to do.
Uh-huh.
But the rest of his department was also going, so he thought it was safe.
Never
Mistake.
safe. You're never safe.
He didn't notice anything. Yeah. He didn't notice anything too weird at first, but as the night came to a close, it was clear she was pretty drunk and trying to get him to go home with her. Blasher wasn't going to fall for stupid shit like that again. He said no thanks and practically ran to his car to leave. The next time this happened was at the store. He was getting eyed up at the store by a couple of girls. When he was about to head out, one of them approached him and asked him if he wanted to go out, and he wanted to see what she wanted so badly. So he's out with this girl who's got the wannabe Instagram model look going, and things are going decently civil. She was slightly forward, but not too much. She said something that made him a little concerned.
It'd be fun for all of us if you just played along.
What?
At the time, he didn't know what she meant by that, but didn't care. He made an excuse and left, but on his way back home, he walked to the date. She tried to run him over with her car. After 2 attempts, he snuck away and got home safely and confused. Next day at work, he got a text from an unknown number saying, "Sorry about that. I just kind of lost it. Come back?"
What? No!
He said, "Fuck that." Blocked the number. It didn't help.
Oh, God.
This girl did not take no for an answer. She would try to contact him from new numbers 3 to 4 times a day for 2 weeks.
Wow.
Meanwhile, his coworkers started giving him the stink eye for ditching her. Then he got hit by a rock as he was walking to his car, which had been keyed and tires slashed with a note left on it saying, "F you, bitch boy." His little brother had come to pick him up from work, and when they got home, it was dark, and there was, as he put it, an air of danger around the house. Wow, they got jumped on their own doorstep by 5 armed people. 2 girls, 3 guys.
Wow.
Fortunately, Blasher and his brother are trained deathens and carry knives or whip batons. The 2 girls were from the same group that stalked them 1 year ago that got out of jail early.
Wow.
And the guys were just simps that they got to help them carry out their revenge campaign. Safe to say, Blasher and his bro were not going to be made into gimps. Some women can't understand when to just stop.
Yeah, that's when you go on the offense. The minute you start fucking with a dude's car, you're basically writing your own fucking ticket to the hospital.
Wow.
Don't even fucking do that.
Wow.
That's just crazy. I've seen a milder version of that way back in the day. This is before cell phones. There's this chick, I blocked her number from where she was living, and she would actually walk to different payphones around there and call from there. And I had to just keep blocking all these different goddamn numbers. Yeah, sometimes they just don't give up.
They don't.
Crazy.
I've had that.
Wow.
I've had that happen.
What did you say?
I didn't want to key my car or anything, but fuck, I've been stalked. Look, you haven't lived if you've been stalked at least 3 times.
Fair enough.
Well, there's your bumper sticker right there. You haven't lived unless you've been stalked at least 3 times. Terrence Pop.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Hey, bastard.
Oh, wow. We got one from Jimmy Bones. Back in my dick-thinking days on the dating apps, one chick matched with me. Let's just say things moved rather quickly. Took her out to dinner, nothing fancy, just some chicken wings and a few beers. We went to one of my local watering holes for a few more drinks and some pool. After a few games, I realized this chick was drinking faster than I was.
Oh.
And we know how fast you drink, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Been there, done that. How long did he make it into the first stream that he tried to say? It was like 40 minutes?
45 minutes.
And then he went Walt Disney and just
It's all right. These things happen. We're not listen, we're just following it.
I decided that wasn't acceptable, so I tried to keep up. After the 4th game of pool, she was getting handsy and kept grinding her ass on my package. And I think she was trying to tell you something.
Yeah.
It finally hit me that I'll be getting some poon tonight after quite the dry spell. Finished our drinks and the final game of pool and back to my apartment. Things kept getting more and more physical, and she kept asking for shots of my Apple Jack. The red flag finally popped up, along with something else, I'm guessing.
Oh, no.
This chick has a serious drinking problem, I said to myself.
Uh-huh.
But she obviously wants to bang. So the shagnanigans begin. Let's just say I have the opposite of what happens to most men when drinking heavily and schmexual things happen. Things tend to stay at attention instead of going flaccid. 20 minutes into making the beast with 2 backs, she starts saying, "I love you. Keep giving me the shaft."
Wow!
Well, that's when I began to experience hydraulic issues.
That's survival mechanism kicking in.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
She's not on the pill, bro. Once I heard those 3 words, it finally hit me, and the big head overpowered the little head. I stopped, got dressed, escorted her out the door, deleted her number, and never answered her texts or calls ever again. Thank God I haven't heard from her since or any craziness has happened. I would assume she either drank herself to death or found some other schmuck.
She probably found another schmuck. These women can find dudes no problem.
Oh, yeah.
They hang out in bars. All they got to do is walk in there and say yes.
Yeah.
And they have no problem.
I dodged a bullet that night, and my big head had been doing my thinking for me ever since. One thing I forgot to mention, the chick was a 3. I drank her up to a 5 and made the major mistake of giving her the booze-charged 10-dick.
You gave her the 10-dick. God damn it.
It happens,
If she's
man.
a 5, you give her the 5-dick. That's who avoids stalkers. What the hell are you thinking? God damn it.
Just trying to give her a good time, man.
Dude, no. You save the 10-dick for like women that you actually like are attached to or actually good looking that you want to have come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they're a 5 or a 6, you give them the 6-dick, and then you don't have to worry about it. If they get over it quick, Hey, it's okay, but it's only a 6. So, yeah.
And chicks that have to drink that much
are a problem
to get into it.
Yeah, they're a problem.
They're a huge problem.
Yeah, I've banged lots of drunk women before, and yeah, I got a couple bad stories from that.
I got a drunk woman story if you want.
Go for it.
Yeah, what is it?
You'll like this one, Pop, because this is kind of Army and Air Force both at the same time. Because this is way back in the day. This is when I'm just.
So what you're saying? Air Force in the front, Army in the back?
No, it didn't quite go down that way. You'll see as I tell the story. This is actually Army for the win on this one.
Okay.
So back in the day, I'm just a young guy who's in flight school, and my brother was in the Army in the artillery. So we got your young Air Force officer and your young Army grunt, and we're going out together, and we got a plan. My brother and I are pretty close, and it's New Year's, and we've managed to get, I don't know how the hell we did this, but we had like a gift certificate for a hotel night. So we plan we're gonna go drinking downtown, and we're gonna end up in the hotels. We don't have to drive anywhere. It's perfect. So I've got the date with me, and he's managed to pick up some skank, and we are just partying and having a great old time down there. It's doing great.
Skank.
Things are looking up.
I like.
So we end up back at the hotel, and it's the standard hotel room, right? It's like the 2 big double beds there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my date, this is where the drunk part comes in. She's been drinking all night, way too hard, gets into bed, passes out. Just gone. And I'm looking. No. I draw the line of conscious.
Yeah.
I'm
the same way. I'm the same way.
So, I'm having some drinks and I'm hanging out, and then all of a sudden I hear this sound, and it's so loud. It's unbelievable. It's like, this sounds like a goddamn vacuum cleaner. And I look over, and there's my brother, and in the bed, there's the covers are going up and down, underneath there. And it's like, this chick is like going to town on him, right? And I'm like,
well, good for him.
how you doing over there? And he's like, pretty goddamn good. I'm like, I can see that. I'll tell you what, I'm just gonna grab some air so you can concentrate. And he's like, thanks, man, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I just left for a little while, let him do his thing. But nothing good for Air Force that night. But Army for the win on that one.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. Well, I've seen. Listen, that happens. It's the way it is.
Yeah, it does happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had somebody try to turn me into a consolation prize. It was, hanging out with my buddies. We're all drinking. Time finally comes for everybody to split up and figure out where the hell they're going to go crash. And my buddy, he's like, hey, it's like, I got a big bed. I'll throw a body pillow in between. You take one side and take the other. It's like, all right, fine, cool. This chick who'd been hanging out with us, been drinking her fucking head off, comes in and wants to say goodnight.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, of course. Leopard crawling. That's
So,
what they call that.
So she climbs up on top of my buddy, and I can hear her start to try and instigate stuff. And I'm just like, if this bed starts creaking, I'm going to go sleep on the bathroom floor. And then he turns her down.
It's like, nah.
Like, no. And then all of a sudden, she rolls over, and I feel her weight on my back. I'm like, okay. And then next thing I know, a hand starts creeping across my rib cage, going down for my package, and I'm just like, the fuck out of here with that shit, woman.
I'm not the consolation prize here. See
No.
ya. Yeah, I got you.
There you go.
At that point, she finally got the hint, got up, and sauntered out of the room.
All right, let's see if we can burn through these super chats. It's already 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I know. We don't have too many more left.
Okay.
Oh, good times, good times.
Oh, my God.
My buddy watches the show. He might remember that. All names have been changed for this dramatization.
Yeah.
Ohio Trucker 1 again here. Had a date that ridiculed my car. 67 GTO.
Wow.
Your date's stupid.
That's a nice car.
And was an entitled narcissist wanting me to spend $1,000 for the date.
What?
She threatened me by making false police reports. She knew I was a street racer at the time to make extra money on the side. I managed to get rid of her by leaving her at a gas station in Fort Wayne at 2 a.m.
Good.
Drove back to Ohio, never saw her again.
Excellent.
Whoo!
Yeah.
That's good times.
Hey, sometimes you just got to leave a bitch.
That's absolutely true.
That's just the way it is.
Yeah, just cut, sling, load. Done and done. Big thanks to everyone over at D-Live still watching here. We got Doppelganger229 with 130 lemons. Thank you very much. 82 people still watching over on Twitch. 363 on Rumble. We got some more chats over here on Odyssey, it looks like. Falk for life. We all did it. We all accidentally falked the fat chick. I was asked to take one for the team.
It's not an accident.
No, it's not an accident.
Gotcha. It's not like you trip and fall into the fat chick.
No, you can get a lasagna afterwards.
Yeah,
It's all
yeah.
good. I drank too much and rode that scooter. I even had a really bad night a couple weeks later when I picked up a chick at a club. Making out, my hand went up her skirt, and I puked when I found a big surprise.
No, that shit ain't funny.
Oh, it's a crying game
That's
situation.
that's when the beat down goes.
Oh,
Yeah, that's not even cool, man.
not
No.
cool at all. Ugh.
Not when the Sheila's a bloke. That's not good.
Ugh. I have Haters on MGTOW.tv. Never really got any relationships. I found your content around 20. Been red-pilled ever since.
Good for
Now
you,
I don't
bro.
really interact with women unless I find one not from here. Even then, they end up spouting feminist dogma, which I try to save them from such a fate. That's what you should do.
Yep.
Because feminism's not taking them anywhere good.
No, it's not.
G Chase with a $20 donation. Girl up S in his car. Yeah, up Chuck's in his car. That was a bad day.
I've had that happen a few times.
Sheila B getting dick with a $21 donation. Trees up your ass. You've been fucking around with those coked up gerbils again. I'm out.
No, it was a jump injury.
And
good.
Simp is so 2000/2010s. Now it's Cispin, sucker idolizing shitty pussy /penis/person.
Okay.
I can actually go with that. Not too bad. All right, we're going to try to rip through some of these dating profiles and whatnot here, and then we'll get to the last chats of the night. Before we bid you adieu, I want to make sure I'm not missing anybody.
All right.
Oh, we got one from Jimmy. Crashy J and the story of the woman of Whiskey Island. I went to a celebration at an out-of-the-way island that used to be owned by the Coasties called Whiskey Island, jamming to music and dancing like an idiot while drinking. The beer flowed like wine. It was cheaper than dirt, and I felt it. Met this girl who was full German that clicked with me pretty well, and we decided to drink the night away. Her friends tried to pull her away, but she wanted no part of them. End of the night, took her to my apartment, started making out, peeling off clothes. I didn't care. I was drunk. She was drunk. She was a warm port in a cold storm. Propping her on my legs for the old bouncy up and down while sucking places, I hear this gurgling sound.
Oh,
Didn't
no.
think much of it. Started making out again. Was going through the motion. It got louder and we stopped. I looked up to her baby blue eyes, widening in terror. And then the magic happened while we were both connected in both places, 1-0, mouth to mouth.
Oh, no.
She vomited. I vomited. We both screamed. I tossed her off. She kept vomiting all the way to the bathroom, hands trying to hold it in as it spilled on the carpet.
Yeah.
She's dead.
Yeah.
She tried to apologize but kept getting cut off by upchucking. I emptied everything from my stomach until it felt like it was rolling up my throat,
Oh, my
traumatized
God.
as I tasted stomach acid and backwash. The night, my bed, the floor, my weekend, ruined. She took a quick shower, took her clothes, and ran out half-dressed and wet. I cleaned myself up as best as I could before panicking for a bit and then settling to call my boss. Luckily, he was cool with it since he was ex-Navy and danced that dance before. It took a full week to clean out my apartment, leaving the windows open to dry out the smell. I don't live there anymore, but I wonder if the next tenants could smell the faint smell of stomach acid and stale beer.
I got 2 words for you, bro. Shop vac. It
Yeah.
handles that stuff no problem.
Yes. It's a very, very good investment to make, no matter where you live or what you're doing.
Yep.
All right. Images React tab. Here we come. Oh, it's going to be a good one. This comes from TikTok. Boop. The one time a Tinder guy thought my stretch marks were self-harm scars, so he rubbed them and said, "Please stop for me."
Yeah, so she had some tiger stripes, some bear claw attack scars. Yeah, tree rings, tree bark. Gotcha.
So I don't date single mothers, bro.
Nah, coconut butter.
Oh, I almost don't want to click on this one.
Oh, God. God, no! God! No! It looks like Uncle Fester with hair. Oh.
That's Dawn. And Dawn is into hair pulling and golden showers.
Good. Pass.
This is what you look like when you get pissed on too much. Just saying. And obviously, if you pull the hair too hard, it starts going all the way up her head, and you wind up with a 5 or a 6 head.
Look at her chin, man. I mean, she's pulling.
Which one?
The one the one below the one. Yeah. She's pulling 3 bills.
Nice.
She's pulling 3 bills. You can see it in her face and her neck. Oh, God, look at that wrist. She's 4 bills or more. Look at that wrist.
No bio, nothing to know. I'm a big giggity girl. Consider me 5'6" and very jiggly 400 pounds.
I told you.
She's into role play, dress up, and pegging.
God damn.
That's a hard pass.
Take a pass.
Hard pass. This next one's a tweet.
DNA tests are so annoying. Babies are a blessing. Just accept the baby you've been given.
Get the fuck out of here. Why should a guy accept a baby he didn't make? Why are you going to spend all of those resources, time, and heartache on a child that's not yours? Don't do it, gentlemen. Don't fall for that horse shit. Always get a DNA test.
Have you noticed with women that anything that they do is perfectly okay?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what it is.
And we're supposed to grit our teeth and be happy for it. Fuck you.
And turns out my wife has a rare recessive BIPOC gene. She told me how the science works when I saw she was black. Nature is amazing.
That guy's an idiot. He needs immediate DNA test. Immediate.
Even the kid knows. She's like, this ain't my daddy.
Yeah. He just pays the bills because he's an idiot. Gotcha.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And the last one here, let's give the dude a medal.
Oh, here we go.
Chris is 37, Army vet. My height starts with 6 and my credit score an 8. So your age needs to start with a 2 and your weight a 1.
I like it.
Swipe in the direction you vote. Pure blood and looking for the same. Vax demons need not apply.
Yeah.
As a general rule, single moms are a no, but if there's a reason for it other than I let losers come inside me, I might make an exception.
It's been a little too soft there.
A real woman should be fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, and meek, loving, caring, nurturing, and affectionate while being high in agreeableness. Honk.
I like it. I like it. And of course they call him a pig because he has standards.
Oh, pig. Yep.
Yeah, gotcha.
Women are allowed to have standards. Men are not.
That's right. We're pigs when we have standards, and then when they do, they're just not settling.
Yeah,
Fuck off.
I'm not going to lower my standards for anyone.
Good.
Okay, that's fine. You're totally entitled to do that. By the way, no fatties, no single moms, nobody with a nobody with a strong personality, which really means bitch.
Yeah.
No system surfers. How dare you? Beat it, Urkel. Smooth Criminal says it's warmer and in Alaska than where you guys are. Oh, shit.
Fuck off. Just fuck off.
And Michael Simmons wants to know if he should stock up on thermite.
Well, thermite has a lot of good uses. Nothing that is legal, but sometimes you just got to have it to do certain things, and we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
It's easy to make. You go to the junkyard, collect rust, mix it with aluminum powder, and you're off to the races.
Your boy Skinny P on Odyssey threw us 5 library coin and says, I was eating. Sorry, bro. Sorry.
Yeah.
J.S. Stillman, buddy of mine, met a girl online. He mentioned he was a sci-fi fan, meets her at a restaurant, and she only speaks Klingon to him. He kept trying to make conversation, but got nowhere. He finally stood up and told her, yeah, sorry, but I'm leaving. She did the Spock hand and spoke the only English he heard from her the entire evening. Live long and prosper.
Yeah, that's a little. Now, listen, I had a couple friends of mine that could speak Klingon, and I'm like, listen, if you're gonna put that kind of effort into something like this, why don't you speak like a real fucking language?
Yeah.
I understand. Listen, I got it. I like Star Trek, but I don't like it that much.
Yeah, it's like I'm as much of a Trekkie dude as the next guy, but yeah.
Too much of a good thing.
Yeah, that's right. Too much of a good thing is a bad thing.
We got one more story here from Sean. My friend told me another story about the crazy bitch he dated for a month. She had some crazy with her. He went to dinner with her. After she got off work to Texas Roadhouse, he told her that he was going to put them on the waiting list. And she said nothing about it, so he did. She had over an hour to get ready, and she wasn't ready by the time to go get there. She bitched the whole ride over. He told her she was making this very uncomfortable, and she stopped. They went to dinner. She had a beer. She ate, and at the end of the dinner, started bitching again. Excuse me. They got into his car, and she just kept going. And he was driving and got loud with her, telling her he'd had enough, and then yelled at her. He told me that he didn't yell at her. He was just tired of her bitching.
Uh-huh.
She wanted him to drop her off somewhere, and he wouldn't. He took her home. Okay. He told me that he picked her up, and then he should take her home. They lived next door to each other, so she followed him to his apartment and kept bitching. She told him that she never thought that he would act like her ex. Oh, boy.
There we go.
And that all he wanted was sex from her because he got what he wanted. He told her that he didn't want sex from her. He just done it because she was threatening to get some dick somewhere else because he wasn't giving it to her enough. Needless to say, they don't talk anymore. P.S. That was the guy that banged the girl in the ass that had the anal cyst. Got blood all over his peg D.
God damn.
Oh, man. Oh, Jesus.
That's horrible. Oh. Dude, what are you doing, man?
Munging.
Your fucking dick thinking is going to put you in the fucking grave, man.
Any more stories from the two of you guys before we call it a night?
Well, I got two. I'm only going to do one, though. I have a job interview date, and I have her and her 2-friend date. Which one do you want to hear?
Oh. All right, well, let's turn it over to the chat. What was it, job interview date
job
or her
interview
and her friend
date? Or her and her 2 friends?
What do you think, Skid?
Her and her 2 friends.
I was going to go with that one as well.
All right. So, active duty. I'm the Ranger Battalion. I meet this one girl at the Madigan Club. We hit it off. I bang it a few times. And then I'm like, going to take her out on a legitimate date. All right.
Oh, boy.
So I meet her at the bar. And she is one of those drinker girls that she's got a drinking problem. So, she's like 3 Long Island iced teas deep, and she only weighs like a buck 05, $1.10.
So she's already 3 or 4 sheets.
She's a minimum of 6 to 9 shots deep because there's 2 to 3 shots in a Long Island iced tea. And then 2 of her friends show up, and then they start power drinking. And then they start playing the game. Hey, let's just go back to one of her friends' place, and we can all like drink and have a good time. And like they're dropping hints, like I'm gonna have like me and 3 chicks. So I'm like, okay,
all right.
All right. I put her in the front seat and her 2 friends in the back seat of the Camaro, and I'm driving. And she literally just starts doing this.
Oh boy!
Leans up against the window. And I just watch, and it just throws up all the way down the window. It's on the side, and I'm like, God damn it. And like a minute later, her 2 friends, and I have 3 women vomiting in my fucking car.
Oh, man.
And listen, I like my car. I spent a lot of money and time on that hot rod. So I am furious. We literally pull up in front of her place. I open the door. I'm like, get the fuck out. We're done. And I spent like 4 hours at one of those coin car wash places, vacuuming and vomit. It took me like a week and a half to get the stink out of my car.
Oh, I bet.
It was unbelievably. And then I never talked to that bitch again. I saw her at the bar a couple times. She gave me the stink eye. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, screw that.
All right, that's one of my worst ones.
My worst one, ironically, was one of the hottest ones.
Oh, here we go.
Not even sure if it was really technically a date because we'd kind of concluded our time of bedrooming each other, which was fine. You know, nothing spectacular, but it was fine. But holy hot damn, this woman was a 9.5 from the neck down, and her face was pretty.
You got to average them out.
You got to average them out. Average them out, she'd be like a 7.5.
Yeah, that's still pretty good.
Yeah, very good.
It's a butterface on a model body. I got it.
Yeah,
before.
still had had the really nice kissable mouth though.
Yeah.
So we have our thing. You know, we banged like 3-4 times over the course of a couple of months, and then we hadn't talked for a bit. She invites me out for coffee. Go out for coffee. Sure, that's fine. We're sitting across from each other and we're talking, and that's when she accidentally lets drop during a conversation that she has to go up and pick up a prescription for antiviral medication. And I was like, what's that for? Oh, the HSV2.
There you go.
I'm like, so that's the lifetime herpes kind of thing, the genital herpes. Yeah.
That's this isn't herpes light.
And when were you planning on telling me this? Well, I and like you just see like the flush go into her face in a panic. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go and get tested, and you'll know if I'm negative because you'll still be breathing.
I like it. That's a good answer.
I thought I told you. Bullshit. That's not the kind of thing I would forget.
Yep.
That's the kind of thing that automatic anti-hydraulic, and then you leave.
Yeah. Listen. If a woman says she has any type of ED, just leave. It's not even worth it. It's not just fucking bail.
Yeah. Thankfully, negative.
Yeah. You got lucky, man. There's a lot of guys out there that dodge bullets.
Yeah, guys like, I hope you didn't raw dog it. I didn't. But the last time that we were together, the condom did break. Thankfully, I noticed, took care of business.
You can still catch it.
But it was still, yeah.
You can still catch it, even if a condom breaks, especially if there's a lot of things that happen down there.
Luckily, she was on the antivirals, and that slashes the chance of transmitting even further.
Yeah, you don't need that shit, man.
Oh, but I was pissed. I was royally pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yep. And that shit will ruin your life.
Yep. But because they have it, right, it's not a big deal.
No.
Yeah. And she tried that card too. It's not a big deal. You know, I haven't had an outbreak, and like, I don't give a fuck. Yeah. Okay, of course it's not a big deal. You have to tell yourself that so you can convince yourself your life isn't over.
I gotcha.
I'm just saying. Bitches!
All
right. Well, thank you all very much for sharing your stories with us tonight. Thank you to Unchained Skid for sharing your stories with us. You had a couple of great ones.
Outstanding, bro.
I am going to paste the link to Skid's channel in the chats on all the sites here. It's just going up on DLive. Here it comes over on Twitch. Jumping over to Rumble, throwing it in there, and we just got one small donation with a request for a specific soundbite.
Total cocks.
Never gets old.
Never gets old.
And paste it in the chat over on MGTOW.tv. And last but not least, YouTube. Boop. All right.
We're done.
Unchained Skid, let everybody know where they can find you aside from YouTube, or do you have any other presences?
Just in terms of social, just on Instagram. This is more like a lead into the YouTube stuff, but mostly YouTube. And anybody wants to contact, it's unchained.skid@gmail.com. So that's all
right.
Good.
Boom. All right, Pop. Safety briefing.
All right, don't drink and drive, and don't drink and swim. If you have to fight, don't go to the ground, because that's where you get stomped out. If you have to defend yourself with a weapon, shoot to kill, not to wound, because more than one story is a bad thing.
That's very true. All right. We will see you, germs, next Tuesday. But
Uh-oh.
if you are a member on Patreon, Locals, or Subscribe Star, Pop will see you Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Be there or be square.
Talk to you later.
Bye!